something. Hold on. I'm going to try something here, and give me a second. Good morning, Jason. Say good morning stuff real quick while I try something.
Good morning and stuff real quick. How did that go for you?
How about now?
Whoa,
Terrible.
way worse.
Okay, all right.
And how about now?
Yeah, there we go.
Back where we were, right?
Yeah.
Maybe turn yourself down some, and then I'll turn you up over here.
Hello.
All right. Hey, now. All right. Let's try that. That's better.
And
how does this sound? Is that?
Yep.
Maybe, are we up to an 8?
I think I honestly think you might be too high, and that's why it's like shorting you out on there.
You think that I'm too high? Hello, on my Roadcaster.
Correct.
Okay. So I'm going to turn myself down, and then you can turn me up and see if that makes. Yeah. Yes.
So far, so good. So far, so good.
So far, so good. I just want to avoid yelling. I'm actually it does look like I'm at the Golden One Center, as you can see with well, let's see. Which do you like more? I did the Golden One Center background. I could, by the way, hello, everybody, live from New York. It's Carmichael Dave. I could do the Sacktown Sports background, or I could just see, I'm in a conference room here. I could do the no background. And you can, hi, how you doing? Do you have a preference, Jason?
I don't necessarily have a preference. It just when you have the background, then sometimes
you look like you're an
digitize.
80s comic right now.
Okay. I could blur the background, but again, same problem. So maybe I'll just go with no background. And then tomorrow I will be back in. They're using the New York media room for something today, and then tomorrow I'll have use of it. So much like if you remember on what was it, Monday?
Yeah,
we had the Sacktown Sports background. We'll be back to that tomorrow. All right. Good morning. Hello, and how are you, Jason?
I'm doing great. I'm excited. It's opening night.
It's funny you say that, because it is opening night and you are excited. The theme today, and I talked to you a little bit. God, it's hot in here. I'm going to strip a little bit here. I'm going to take off the Monty vest.
Too early to go streaking.
Hey now. This isn't me being, this has nothing to do, Jason, with me being, I'm not trying to be negative about the team's chances or depressed I just really honestly, I don't feel the same buzz I normally feel. And that's probably because, it very well could be because I'm traveling and I'm not there watching the previews and being a part of it. Maybe I feel a little bit detached. I don't know. I guess I'm just more nervous. I'm not nervous. I'm anxious about tonight. I'm very anxious about tonight.
Maybe that's nerves. Maybe that's excitement. I don't know. All that could be wrapped up in there, but we'll see. Maybe it'll take you more of the day to get there, and as we get closer to actual tip off, maybe you'll finally land there where you're excited. If not, that's fine. I know the season will do that to you, or at times it will squash some of those hopes, as that's what happens in an 82 game season.
All right, Chris, are you excited?
Of course.
Really?
Yeah, we're finally going to be able to
see them
play
for.
Yeah,
okay.
We're going to see them play for real.
Yeah,
we get to see Kevin Huerter come back.
He's back. We got DeRozan full year. The beam is back. Yeah, this is should be exciting as far as roster wise and personnel wise going into a year.
All national media is trying to get rid of our players already.
Yeah, exactly. We're back.
Yeah, what was that? What was that guy I saw? What was that guy I saw saying what we should bench DeMar DeRozan? Did you guys
get ready for that and move on from De'Aaron Fox and what's happening here?
Bench DeMar DeRozan, trade De'Aaron Fox because Sabonis isn't the player that the Kings think he is.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But if Sabonis isn't, this is where it's funny to me. If Sabonis, what is the thought process here? If Sabonis isn't the player we think he is, why are you trading De'Aaron Fox?
Because no smart team would ever take Sabonis on their team.
Oh, nobody would take the 2-time consecutive rebounding leader, a guy that is second only to Nikola Jokic and numbered. That he's just whatever.
I've got him as like the 12th rated center.
What's exciting to me, though, what I'm really getting into and what I think is going to be a theme this year, if in fact he plays like he did last year, is I don't know if it's crossed your guys' desk at all or if you've taken a deep dive, but there is a growing movement amongst NBA nerds. And I say that with love. I'm talking about people that are deep into analytics, that do all the crazy websites and stuff, that I heard somebody actually say that based on reputation, just based on reputation, that Domantas Sabonis is the most underrated defender in the NBA.
Okay.
They said the analytics show that he, and by the way, remember last year he got some NBA defensive team votes. So their thing was, this was the argument, that the skinny on Sabonis is that he's your typical Euro big man, Ole, let him through defender. And that in reality, he was actually one of the better post defenders in the NBA analytically. And that if he wasn't Domantas Sabonis and he was some new guy with a new name and no reputation, that he would be thought of in the same aspect, and maybe not as good as a Jaren Jackson, but that Jaren Jackson's defensive reputation is a little overboard, and Domantas Sabonis's defensive reputation is way, way, way underboard or underrated. That was the argument.
Okay. And I can see, I think, we've talked about this before. I think people are enamored with big men and block shots. And Domantas, he'll get a couple, he that's not where he thrives. So I think when you're doing a comp to some of the great defense, Rudy Gobert and some of these other guys are blocking shots all the time. That's not what he does, but he does have a defensive assignment of guarding some of those interior bigs. And hey, if those metrics show that, let's go for it.
So how has the week been otherwise? I mean, we're going to talk at 7:00 about Kevin Huerter and the revelation yesterday that he'll be back, he'll be starting, and Keon Ellis will not. And I know there's a lot of people that want to talk about that. But other than that, I've been gone all week. I mean, it was gone half of last week. I'm gone this week. I miss everybody. I know we had the Knights of the Round Table, and that was fun, and I watched that.
Knights of the Round Table.
What?
Knights of the Round
Hey,
Table.
Dave.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, everybody was there. Except we missed you. But I mean, Look, Draper and Whitey were there. We had Styles and Watkins, like Simone was there. Kyle Ledbetter was there. Christopher Lott, our boss Jose. I mean, everybody. Oh, Brendan Nunez was there, and let me see, Chris. Oh, and Frankie was there.
We bring the boom. That's what we do.
What? Do we have a new Frankie thing?
Oh yeah,
he loves.
We do. So we've gone from Frankie's the pizza guy to Frankie.
It started
the
with
Yankee.
Frankie Cowboy, King Cowboy.
And then wasn't it? What was the other one that was like his mob name? Was it Frankie Clicks?
Yeah, that's when he was killing people.
Okay. And then we had the pizza guy when he stole the pizza. There was something other. Oh, Frankie the Yankee. Yeah, we talked about that. So now is this just us having fun with Frankie, or did something happen?
This is us having fun with Frankie.
Okay.
I found out that he does not like those guys liking the Yankees.
He does not like those guys liking the Yankees. You're talking about was that I've completely missed the boat. Is that the Boom guys?
Yeah, the Costco Boom guys, right?
I don't. It's a dad and a son, right? And they make videos, and it says Boom in it.
You're there.
Right? That's
got it.
Literally everything I know about it.
Yeah, I think you got all of it.
You got it all.
Why are they such a big deal? Is it because they're cute? Is it silly? Is it father and son being cute? Like why are what is going on here?
Not sure they're a big deal, but we're having fun with it.
Which deserves, in your opinion, to be more of a viral sensation? Here goes the Boom, dad and son, or I'll use the French version here, the Hawk Trois lady.
Costco guys.
No,
they
you know what?
More.
Can I submit a new entry? How about you on Twitter telling what you're going to do later in the day?
Oh my God. Okay, we've got 1 minute here. This is so stupid. I have a habit, no matter what coast I'm on, I have a habit of just saying things and they're innocent and I don't know, and I stick my foot in the thing. So somebody asked me yesterday, because we were flying yesterday, and they said, "Hey, are you?" Let me back up. Kevin Nagel, who owns the English soccer team over there, we do what's called a video diary every once in a while for people over in England. That's just like, hey, what's new with the team and this and that, whatever. So we hadn't done one in a while, and somebody said, "Hey, are you going to do a diary anytime soon?" And I quote tweeted it so everybody could, because I got a lot of questions about it. And I said, "Yeah, I think we're going to knock one out later."
Oof.
Dude. And it's funny because I went into like a half-hour meeting, and then when I came out, it was like, you have 84 replies to that tweet. And it wasn't like, it was very innocuous.
Like, oh, they're excited.
Oh my God, dude. The gifts that were in the comments, and then when somebody finally told me what that means over there, I don't know what to say. Anyways, also, by the way, guys, a fanny pack is something completely different over here or over in England than it is back here at home.
I don't think they have fanny packs over there.
Yeah, well, they probably do, Chris, but it's not. They don't call it that. And that's that old school song, "Take a load off, Fanny. Take a load off me." Yeah, completely different meaning over there than it is over here. All right, we'll take a break.
Wait, isn't
Jason,
it Annie? It's not Fanny.
It's not? Wait, hold on. Wait, hold on a second. Are you serious? I feel like you're serious. I can get your reaction. Hold on here.
Take a load off, Annie.
Oh, it is Annie. I thought it was Fanny. I always wondered. That's weird. What does that mean? I thought, okay, Fanny's like a girl's name. You know that Reba McEntire? No, never mind. That's Fancy. Damn it. I thought Fanny was a girl's name. Oh, boy.
It can be.
This is what I'm talking about.
Wait
a minute. Hold on. Hold on a second. This song is it's by the Boys from Nazareth. The name of the song is "Take a Load Off, Annie." I'm looking at the lyrics, guys, and the chorus says, "Take a load off, Fanny. Take a load for free. Take a load off, Fanny." And you put the load right on me. I'm reading the lyrics for me. Chris, do you not see what I'm saying?
I do. But I was looking at other lyrics and it said Annie.
What is going on here? Is it Fanny or Annie? And then there's Fanny Ann's. See, already I'm back for 5 minutes and we've already got this massive controversy. We'll take a break. When we come back, we have a very big, fat, hairy show for y'all that Jason and Chris have put together. We're going to have, in his 40th season, the voice of the Sacramento Kings, Gary Gerald, will join us at 8:30. Kelly Brothers, who I believe I was told once.
Are you on goofball pills or something?
No, wait.
Nope.
Am I looking at the wrong? No.
Nope, that's a little bit close to this one.
Good at business.
Okay, good, because you got me thinking I'm looking at the wrong one. Kelly Brothers is at 7:30. Samuel L. Amick, who made his debut last week. I missed that.
I know I'm shamelessly pumping the poll here.
He joins us at 8. And then ahead of tonight's matchup with the Minnesota Timberwolves, how about we get the radio voice, the Gary Gerould counterpart in Minneapolis, St. Paul. Alan Huerter will join us at 9 o'clock. That's, I believe, guys, that's 1, 2, 3, 4 guests. So we're all lined up, plus the return of 3 in the Key and so much more. It's Carmichael Dave from New York, Jason Ross from Sacramento, Christopher Laud from Mars. We will take a break. We'll come back with Leading Off next.
The Sacramento Kings open their season tonight against Anthony Edwards and the Minnesota Timberwolves. Tip at 7 p.m. Listen to every Kings game all season long
On your home of the Sacramento Kings.
Sacktown Sports 1140.
At Elk Grove Honda, not only do we have a great selection of pre-owned certified cars at very fair prices, but every one of our pre-owned automobiles are treated with kid gloves with a 182-point inspection that covers everything from unibody to tires to brakes and engine filters. Then our certified cars receive a mobile oil change and fresh fill-up with full synthetic mobile oil. We know you have lots of choices of where to purchase your next car. Come to Elk Grove Honda, home of the 182-point inspection and mobile oil change. We're in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, Highway 99 at Elk Grove Boulevard.
Insurance companies perform a very valuable service, but they want to keep their money. Although most cases settle before trial, it is paramount that the insurance companies know that if pressed, your legal team has the experience to take your case all the way. For 25 years, Ashton & Price has earned the reputation that if the insurance company isn't fair, we're ready to force them to be fair. My mom used to warn me, wait till dad gets home. Think of us as dad. The best part, there's no fee until we win.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Let's do it. Leading off, the 3 top stories in the morning.
Huge news. This is very important.
Here's cut number 1.
Playing a very important basketball game tonight. I really want them to win.
It's like you say, the most important thing is that they tried their hardest and they have fun.
No. The most important thing is that they win. I mean, we're not talking about kickball here, where there's absolutely nothing at stake. We're talking about the National Basketball Association. They have to win. You understand? They will not lose because I won't let them lose. Do you understand?
Is that audio from you and Mason years ago?
He said it exactly how I say it. You gotta, do the thing and play your best or whatever and have fun. Who was that? Was that Adam Sandler?
That was Daniel Stern.
Daniel Stern from Celtic Pride.
Oh, wow.
I mean, King's Pride.
I wonder if that's where I got it. Maybe subliminally or something. You got to play your best and have fun. Well, I tend to agree with old Dan Stern there. That
David's brother.
Yeah, exactly. R.I.P. I don't care if the Kings have fun, and they better try their best because they're getting paid hundreds of millions of dollars. You better win. Play the Timberwolves tonight. Jason, I'm not saying it's a must win.
You are,
but I'm not saying it's not a must win either. You're a Golden One center. You're in front of the home fans, and Minnesota has yet to win this year. Jason.
Yeah, I mean they're on pace to lose all of their games.
0-82. So yeah, you'd better win. Also, I don't want to see this crap where the Timberwolves suck against the Lakers and then they turn around and just can't miss any. Like right now, let me see. They shot 31% from beyond the arc and they shot 41% from the field overall. And you better not add 10 to each of those, and that's what I'm worried about.
Exactly. No adding. Just be on your game, be ready to go, get it started the right way, and let's go.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, you absolutely, you have to have everything dialed in. You have to have everything set up, and you can't screw around because, Jason, this time it's for real, okay? You're in front of 18,000 people. They paid their money. They parked. They drove downtown. Don't let them down. Honestly, if the Kings lose tonight, I'm not saying the season's over, but I'm not saying it's not over either.
Yeah, I mean, you're playing in front of the best crowd in what is known now as the best arena in the NBA.
Hello, number 1, numero uno, no pressure whatsoever. Kevin Huerter better go 12 for 12 from beyond the arc. Oh, speaking of Kevin Huerter, sorry. How about cut number 2?
Cut number 2.
I'll be in tomorrow, yeah. I'll be in tomorrow. Look forward to that, after many months of not playing. Of course. Sat around a while, a lot of rehab, a lot of time spent in the weight room. This is now the fun part of getting on the court and getting to play.
How you feeling?
I feel good. I got a lot of good practice days in for the past couple weeks. Really good treatment by our medical staff. Obviously, the whole time, just keeping the surgeon in the loop, and front office has been great. And so, we all kind of feel like we're in a good spot. And next step in my progression is continuing to play on.
Man,
nice.
Another reason you can tell the Kings are back out. Do you guys see these break times? Ooh, good job, Sales. Usually we say don't.
Tonight's the night, day that Huerter's back. Let's have him play great. Let's all feel good about him. We all are rooting for Red Velvet. The Kings could go down early tomorrow to L.A., let him go to Dodgers, Yankees so he could see his team in the World Series, then go beat the Lakers on Saturday. Let's just do this the right way.
Yeah, let's do it the right way. You got to shoot the ball the right way, Kevin. And
exactly.
Coming back from that shoulder issue and everything that's going on, we're going to talk about this at length at 7 with Kevin Huerter being back in the starting lineup. Did not get a preseason. Is it the right move? What are you getting? What are you losing with Kevin Huerter? And also, Jason, last time I checked, it's the debut of the not headband.
Yes, we got to see how that looks and how it works for him.
No headband for Kevin Huerter. That's a big sponsorship loss. He's taking it in the pockets. Will it feel weird? But most importantly, here's what I think, even though I asked him this question directly and he point blank said that it wasn't true, but I'm going to choose to believe, Jason, that he tweaked his shoulder at the 3-point contest during the All-Star break a couple of years ago, and it's been bothering him, and he hasn't said anything, and now his shoulder is fixed, much like the kid in Rookie of the Year. He now has super shoulder, and he's going to break all the records.
Yeah, may never miss again, but, that's okay. It was worth it to go through that to get to this point now. He'll be the most prolific three-point shooter in the history of the game.
Ever. Cut number 3, please. Yeah.
Cut number 3.
This is 3rd and 8 from the Lions 25. Addison in motion to the left. Lions blitz. Darnold hit as he throws to the end zone. And it is caught. Touchdown! Justin Jefferson.
Well, Vikings, Rams tonight. You hear Cooper Kupp maybe on the trading block. Jason, can I, other than the 49ers, because I think Cooper Kupp absolutely is a 49er, but other than the 49ers, you know who I want to see him traded to?
Oh,
the Bills.
So they can have Amari Cooper Kupp?
You'd have 2 Coopers, 1 Kupp.
Hey, take a load off Fanny.
So the Vikings started their slide last week against the Detroit Lions at home. They now take on the very injured Rams of Los Angeles. And you know what? Thursday Night Football is back. Of course, it's back leading into the Kings game. So you've got NFL football, you've got the Kings, you've got too many sports and not enough whatever. It's great.
Tonight, it's all about the Kings. Nothing else in anybody's mind. It's the Kings. They're the last ones to tip off. The league has saved the best for last. Let's go.
Yeah, you know what? You're right. Screw the Vikings and screw the Rams.
Yeah.
Yeah, just screw them. We'll take a break. All right, look, the NBA has been going for 2 days while we're sitting around playing with our thumbs. So now we finally get a part of it. But opening night for a lot of teams around the NBA. Let's talk about what stood out. It's the night in the NBA last night. We'll go around before we do Safer Route and then get into Kevin Huerter and the Kings and everything going on tonight. Kelly Brothers, Sam Amick, Gary Gerald, the voice of the Timberwolves, Alan Horton, all coming up in the next 3 hours and 35 minutes. We'll be right back right after this.
Malik Monk plays here.
Left, goes right, steps back, launches the 3. Nothing but net. Oh, that was just filthy. Oh, my, that was sweet.
Sacktown Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings.
It's 4th and goal. The pressure's on. The home team needs this to win it. No matter what you're up against, it's always a win at Northern California's #1 Honda dealer, Stockton Honda. Special finance options and trade-in offers make it easier than ever to upgrade your ride. Because at Stockton Honda, we believe everyone deserves a winning deal.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
Claims based on 2023 total new and Honda certified pre-owned vehicle car sales from American Honda Motor Company. Sold on report.
Healthcare you can count on? Well, you can count on United Healthcare. With Medicare plans that fit your life today and as your needs change tomorrow, you can enjoy reliable coverage and low out-of-pocket costs with a Medicare Advantage plan from United Healthcare. United Healthcare Medicare Advantage plans. Made for California, trusted everywhere. The Medicare annual enrollment period ends December 7th, so go to uhc.com/Medicare today.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave for American Energy Heating and Air with a question. Have you recently had a technician diagnose your HVAC system and you were a bit surprised at how much it cost? Or did something seem off about their quote? Because at American Energy, they take pride in giving you honest, straightforward solutions to get that system up and running. Have their qualified technicians come out and give you a free second opinion. It's free. You got nothing to lose but some dollars off of that original quote. They're making the uncomfortable comfortable. They've been doing it since 1981, serving the greater Sacramento area. A+ with the Better Business Bureau. That's why they keep having customers coming back for more and more and more. You can call them and set that appointment at 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com.
Call 916-520-9990 now. Thunder, feel the thunder.
It ignites something inside of you.
Lightning and the thunder. Thunder.
Sets alight an elevated state of being. Days are pure exhilaration. And the nights, they're simply electric. See it, hear it, feel it.
Thunder, feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder.
Thunder Valley Casino Resort. Feel the thunder.
There's no need to be scared of auto maintenance this October. Your local Jiffy Lube has just the treats you need without the tricks, like fast oil changes or wiper blades for the upcoming rainy season. Serving greater Sacramento area customers since 1984 with over 30 convenient locations to choose from. Open daily, early at 7:30 and open past 6 p.m. at most locations. Just visit jiffylube.com to find a location near you and valuable coupons to save money too.
It's football season, and Uber Eats is dropping undefeated deals on all your game day favorites. This week, score buy one, get one free spicy chicken sandwiches from Wendy's, only on Uber Eats. Craving even more? We've got you covered with game day deals on pizza, burgers, tacos, and more all season long. Uber Eats, official on-demand food delivery partner of the NFL. Order now. Terms, taxes, and fees apply. See app for details.
Meet Cheryl. Hey, she's on vacation and lost in the moment. Unfortunately, so is her Chase debit card.
It's got to be somewhere.
Maybe she lost it at salsa night.
These skirts should have pockets.
Or maybe she lost it at Pilates.
3 and 2 and...
But she's not worried. With the Chase mobile app, she can lock her card till it turns up. Tools that help protect. One bank that puts you in control. Visit chase.com/checking. Chase, make more of what's yours.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
Get ready for an incredible night as the iconic Little River Band hits the stage at the Nugget Casino Resort Grand Ballroom. Join us Saturday, November 16th at the Nugget Grand Ballroom for an unforgettable concert experience. You'll hear all your favorites in this must-see event of classic rock. The Little River Band live at the Nugget Casino Resort Grand Ballroom. For tickets and info, visit nuggetcasinoresort.com.
Don't let summer energy slip away. Live the active life you love year-round with a personally fit arch support system from the Good Feet store. Precision engineered to support all 4 arches. Good Feet puts your feet in a more ideal, comfortable, and pain-free position. And Good Feet arch supports are now HSA and FSA eligible. Book a free fitting at goodfeet.com or come in and get a free pair of OS First Performance socks. Free. Normally a $25 value at the Good Feet store.
Capital Casino, conveniently located on 411th North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento.
Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sacktown Sports.
Inbound to Aldama. Aldama avoids three defenders, drops to Bain. The Jazz don't foul. How do you not get a foul there? Grizzlies win it as the clock hits 0. Game 1 in the books, and the Grizzlies win it on opening night. 126-124.
Jason.
Yeah.
Do the Kings break their 6-game losing streak tonight?
Oh.
You want to answer that later?
Okay, so you've attached the preseason to the play-in, right?
Yes, of course.
Did they lose all the summer league though?
I think that's silly to attach that.
I know
that's just dumb.
Sorry, what a dumb idea I had.
What do we do? We're trying to do we're on the flagship, Jason. Let's not get goofy here.
Sorry. You know what? You know what? Send me down. I'll go down for a few games and then I'll be back.
That's the voice of our dear friend Eric Hasseltine, former KHTK employee, former voice of UC Davis. As the Grizzlies go on the road, they get a big win. Any win at this point, big win against the Utah Jazz by 2. And hey, you thought about it in the offseason. There were a lot of questions about the Grizzlies. You wonder how he'd fit in. You wonder how he'd acclimate with everybody. And 27 points for Santi Aldama. I think a lot of the questions have been answered.
Santi.
He led the team. He led the team with 27. Meanwhile, Zach Edey in his debut, 5 points, 5 boards, no blocks. What a bust.
Washed.
15 washed. Marcus Smart is healthy, 11 points, 5 boards, and then Ja Morant, 22, Desmond Bain, 24. Jason, I'm just going down this list, and I know that Edey is obviously a little bit of a question mark, but you've got some guys, including Brandon Clark, behind coming off that bench. That is, it's like, all right, they kind of disappeared last year for whatever reasons, but hey, West, welcome back to Memphis Grizzlies.
Yeah, 2 seed 2 years ago. Last year, obviously, the injuries and other things happened, but I've always thought of them as just a well-run organization, well-coached. They're like when the Spurs were always good and they'd come through and the big names and you see these other guys, you're like, who are these other guys? I feel like that's Memphis a little bit. We know Ja Morant, we know Jaren Jackson, maybe Bain and all that, but then sometimes they'll come through and there's Santi Aldama and some of the other John, Conchar that they've had in the past. There's other people that come through and you're like, where do they find these guys? But Memphis does a good job of finding other talent for that roster.
They call him Santi Aldama. He's got a better jump shot than Barack Obama. Boom.
Nice.
There. I'm sorry, I got political.
Well done. Hey, by the way, Dave, really fast.
Yes.
We're just going to spring this on you tomorrow. But Chris and we've been workshopping something, and I say I'm excited about it for tomorrow before it's even happened, and I don't know. We don't know if it's going to pass or fail, but we're both kind of excited about it. That we're just going to spring on you tomorrow. Just want to let you know.
Oh, that's cool. That's going to work out great, isn't it, for me?
No, it's not on you.
It's not on you.
It's not on you.
It's not a prank.
No
this
pranks.
is to make the show better.
We hope. And you know what? Okay. You will be the first live captive audience member to go
you're the test audience.
Yes. And so maybe it's a one-hit wonder, and Chris and I and you and I and all three of us will laugh, go, remember when you guys tried that? Or it's like the origin of something great.
And let's just play a game like they do the newlywed game, like how well we all know each other.
Yes.
What is your prediction? Will I like this thing?
I think so.
I think if we execute it we want to execute it, you will love it.
And it also doesn't mean it's not on you or about you in that sense, but you can certainly be involved in it when you're we would want you to be a part of it. It's just this is the test.
Okay, I'm excited.
It's a little.
You know what else was a test? You know what wasn't a test? The Trailblazers for the Golden State Warriors last night.
Nice. I'm going to bring that together.
139-104 in Portland. This is a Portland team that came in with 3/5 of their starting lineup and some of their bench out in preseason. The Warriors put up 41, 37, and 40 points in the second, third, and fourth quarter. Steph Curry was 1 rebound away from a triple-double, and he did all that in just 25 minutes. The Golden State Warriors, Jason, they were 6-0 in the preseason, and they start out, granted, Portland's not that great, but they go on the road and beat the Blazers by 35. You got to beat the teams that aren't great, and that was something the Kings could do last year. Are we at the point right now, you know how we're like suspicious of the Kings because of the preseason? Are we the opposite with the Warriors? Like, did they get better getting rid of Clay?
Yeah, well, what is that now? If we're doing that math we were doing earlier, that's a 7-game win streak for them. Yeah, because we know what how it ended. But yeah, I think much like Memphis, they're a team that's a little bit forgotten about. And I think even when I was making some notes last night, I put that the Warriors played 12 players. They actually played 14 players yesterday because the league got so large. They played the last 2. I think it's so ironic after Steve Kerr got all that grief for struggling to get the 10 players in on the Olympic team. He plays 14 players, but really 12 is the main. I mean, when he's playing his 12 guys, the lowest minutes was Looney at 14 and Payton at 14. So, I mean, he's playing a deep roster this year.
Is this a good box score for you? 3 of 4, 6 points, 8 assists, 5 rebounds, 1 block in 24 minutes.
Not bad. I think it depends on the name you're going to tell me.
I'm just randomly looking, and I see a guy named. I'm just looking at things that jump out at me. That's the title of the segment, is what jumps out at you. That's Ben Simmons, 3 of 4. Jason, last time I checked, it's like 80% shooting in 24 minutes. He goes 6 points, 8 assists, 5 rebounds, no steals, a block. He did have 6 turnovers and 5 fouls, Jason, but those fouls probably came from the fact that he was playing super awesome on the ball defense, right?
Why is America sleeping on him?
Why is America sleeping on Ben Simmons?
Get off
Yeah, I'm in New York right now. After the show is over, I may go say hi.
You and Ben in the streets of New York.
He invited me over for a chopped cheese sandwich and to watch some film with him.
What would you bring? Because as a guest, you'd have to bring something to Ben.
What would I bring?
I
a
got the
jump
perfect
shot.
thing.
What?
Vegemite.
Oh, because isn't that
it's their Australian.
Yeah, that's right. And the reason I'm hanging out, that's the Australian version. What is it? It's in England. It's Marmite, I think, in England, and Vegemite. Yeah, it tastes, as my daughter said on video when we gave her some at the airport a few months ago.
Dynamite.
She said it tastes like sour motor oil, which as opposed to regular motor oil, I guess.
Yeah.
Tastes like regret.
No regrets. And of course, Ben Simmons is going to be at home because they played in Atlanta last night. They play in Charlotte on the 30th.
We'll bring him some lemon pepper wings.
Tyrese Halliburton last night, 15 points, 5 boards, 4 assists, and 3 steals. Jason Ross did not shoot well from the field. But they won the trade. Pacers 1-0. They are on an 82-0 pace. They beat the Pistons 115-109. How about Cade Cunningham?
Also, Halliburton is still reporting that he is shocked by the Kings trade.
Is he going on some podcast and talking about it?
He told Barack Obama how terrified he was after getting traded by the Kings.
Did Marvin Bagley leave the Pistons? Oh, yeah, he went to the Wizards. Sorry, I was looking for Marvin Bagley. I always try to keep tabs. I try to keep tabs on Marvin just, because I'm a Kings fan and I'm nervous and I'm perpetually afraid that he's going to go out and have an all-star year somewhere. Suns beat the Clippers in OT. The debut, Jason, much like when the Kings debuted, Arco won and lost to the Clippers. The Suns were able to defeat the Clippers at the debut of the Intuit Dome. Is the Intuit Dome a flop?
I think so, and there's already talks of shutting it down in Los Angeles.
Shut it down. Kevin Durant said he was enamored by the wall.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he said he couldn't stop looking at the wall. And shockingly, by the way, I don't know if you caught this or not, but in the end, James Harden had a chance to send it to double overtime, but missed the second of 2 free throws with 4.8 seconds remaining. So weirdly enough, James Harden lost the team the game.
Sorry, James.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, it'll always be remembered as the game Norm Powell scored the first ever points into the regular season and into it, Tom.
That's something people will remember. It's never someone like I always say, my favorite piece of Giants random trivia is that Ernest Rouse had their 10,000th home run, and Will Clark had their 10,000th first. So now forever it's going to be, who was it? Norm Nixon, who had the first?
Yes, it was Norman Schwarzkopf. Wait, who was Norman Powell?
Remember Norman Schwarzkopf? He was great.
Did you ever notice?
We'll take a break. When we come back, it is our federally mandated off day. Been off for 4 or 5 days now, baseball segment, but we have some basic questions, not just about the World Series, but also while I've been gone, guys. An absolute legendary name in the sport passed away out of absolutely nowhere. So I got a question in there about Fernando Valenzuela. We'll take a break. When we come back, Safer out next.
Subscribe to Sacktown Sports on YouTube and watch the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys. Live Monday through Friday from 6 to 6. Plus view archive shows and exclusive content.
Subscribe at youtube.com/Sacktown Sports.
We just want to have enough money for retirement.
And travel to visit our grandchildren.
I understand. That's why at Fisher Investments, we start by getting to know each other so I can learn about your family, lifestyle, goals and needs, allowing us to tailor your portfolio.
What about commission-based products?
We don't sell those. We're a fiduciary, obligated to act in your best interest.
So how do your management fees work?
We have a simple management fee based on the value of your portfolio. So we do better when you do better.
We appreciate that kind of transparency.
We also check in with you regularly to keep you up to date on the markets and your portfolio.
Well, what other services do you offer?
As a client, you have access to resources on investing, financial planning, estate planning, Social Security, Medicare, and more.
Wow, sounds like Fisher Investments has everything we need.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Drapes, Kyle Draper. As the proud sponsor of the Sacramento Kings Mop Crew, Alsco Uniforms offers certified hygienically clean lab coats, scrubs, bed linens, towels, floor mats, and an array of mops tailored for your healthcare facility. Our services include convenient delivery to your doorstep. Leading the way in healthcare laundry services in Northern California, discover why it pays to keep clean with Alsco Uniforms. Go to alsco.com to learn more. Again, that's ALSCO.com.
When it comes to fighting for families and protecting kids, no one works harder than our Assemblyman, Josh Hoover. A member of the Bipartisan Problem Solvers Caucus, Hoover has worked across party lines and proposed tougher penalties for fentanyl crimes, stricter sentences for drug trafficking near schools, and RILA's law to make sure anyone who abuses a child is held accountable. A former school board member, Josh has fought to support school police officers, prohibit homeless encampments near schools, and increase funding for school facilities. Josh Hoover knows that families have been paying more for everything from gas and groceries to utilities and insurance. In the Assembly, Josh is working to provide relief to families, reduce the cost of housing, and stop Gavin Newsom from raising gas prices even more next year. Josh Hoover is making a difference for our families, our community, and our future. Our voice, our Assemblyman, Josh Hoover.
Paid for by Hoover for Assembly 2024.
Hey, Marvel movie fans, the Esquire IMAX Theater in downtown Sacramento is now serving adult beverages. Playing this week, Venom, The Last Dance, the IMAX experience. Everything will end. The best theater to experience Venom's action-packed finale is the Esquire IMAX, with its 6-story screen and heart-pounding audio.
There comes a time in every man's life where you have to make a sacrifice.
Be the first to see Venom, The Last Dance. Grab your great seats today at IMAX.com/Sacramento.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, and Woodland. Chad, what's going on for Ram Power Days?
Save up to $15,000 off MSRP on new 2024 Ram 2500 Tradesmen. Plus, with over 400 new Ram trucks available, you're sure to find that truck you need at the Hoblet Ram Truck Center.
That is some of the best savings you've had all year, Chad.
Yep, and you won't find better deals on more Ram trucks than at the Hoblet Ram Truck Center. There's a reason we continue to be one of the biggest Ram dealers in the country, with numerous customer service awards, including the very prestigious Walter P. Chrysler Award, which means we are in the top 1% of dealers in the nation. Once you buy from Hoblet, you won't buy anywhere else.
Don't miss the savings at Hoblet. Search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet. Period.
15,000 total net savings after 8,500 factory rebates and 6,500 dealer discounts. Rebates include 2,000 Hoblet Select inventory coupons, 2,000 Hoblet trade-in assistance, must have qualifying trade-in, and 1,500 commercial bonus cash. Must have proof of business ownership. At least 5 of this net savings. Coupons available while supplies last. See dealer for details.
Safe or out? It's time to go around baseball. 3 pitches, 3 swings. It's safe or out on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Before we get to safer out, Chris, I have an update for you because I do always think about you. And I think it's safe to say you know that when I'm on the road, I do try to think of you guys. I have a special preview for you. This was not on the list, but I couldn't resist. It's Tunnock's real milk chocolate wafer biscuits, caramel flavored. It's a 5-pack.
That looks like turn of the century.
Oh, it does.
Looks like a turn of the century candy.
You see right here, it says still original size. I can't describe to you properly how much heavier this is than it looks. This thing is loaded. It's loaded with caramel. I did a taste test with another pack, and I actually quite like these. So these are coming back.
Oh, nice. Excellent.
I've got my bag back in my hotel room in England, and I have it way too full. Basically, what I did is I've got a couple. I still have to go on like the shopping spree because the stuff you're talking about is not readily available. You have to kind of look for it, as I've been told. So, but everything I'm getting 2 of so that I can bring it back because I want to do a taste test on the air like he does with his brother's chips.
Oh, definitely.
Which, by the way, mean fries. Chips mean fries over here, by the way. But yes, I'll be bringing these back, and we'll be testing those out. Jason, is that a new sweatshirt, by the way?
Yeah, brand new. Just got it.
It's nice and purple. Safer out. Question 1, please.
Safer out. The Dodgers have more star power than the Yankees.
I was thinking about this earlier today, and by earlier today, I mean last night. God, I'm off. Safe, but there's a lot of star power in this series. But I think Ohtani and Judge, if they either cancel each other out or you give a slight edge to Ohtani, I think, in my opinion. You've got Stanton, you got a lot of other guys on the Yankees too that are stars, and then over on the Dodgers side, you got Mookie Betts, you got Freddie Freeman. I think the Dodgers get the edge, but not by as much as I think people think.
Yeah, I mean, look, they've got 3 former MVPs, as you mentioned, in Ohtani and Betts and Freeman. It'd probably be even more if all of their starting pitching was healthy, because I mean Kershaw's been out. That's been just a generational name as far as pitchers go. But they're loaded. Both teams are loaded, and I think that's what's going to make the World Series great, is just as far as the Yankees, Dodgers names, but the actual names that are playing for each team between Stanton, Soto, Judge. Yeah, it's loaded with star power, and I think that's going to make it fun. But I would give the slight edge there safe to the Dodgers.
I pinned the comment on StreamYard here, but Razor Rudy says Chris and Jason have the same laugh. No, they don't.
No,
they don't have anything near the same laugh. By the way, Jason, do you have StreamYard open, or do you just have the YouTube open?
I have the YouTube open.
Okay, Chris, you have StreamYard open, right?
Correct.
Look at Jason's name.
Oh, for the thing? That's the case. I don't know why it keeps automatically going to Whitey.
Oh, is it back at Whitey?
Oh, is it changed?
Wait, where's my name?
It's on StreamYard. It's only on StreamYard in the studio.
Oh, I see it. I see it. You changed it.
Yeah, I changed it. Your
What's
name in the
funny?
studio for some reason. Well, I didn't change it. It somehow defaulted in Jason in our studio underneath your video. It doesn't say Jason Ross. It says Carmichael Dave for me. It doesn't say Jason Ross. It says Fartface Simpson. I don't know why. So I'll take a picture and send it to you. Cut number 2.
Please
there it
do.
was.
Safer out. There is no true sports comparison to Fernando Mania.
Yeah, so Jason, help me here, because Fernando Mania I was just about too little. It's like one of my first memories, and not like you're 70 or anything, but I think you have a little more of a, so like I was thinking like Linsanity, but I don't think that compared to Fernando Mania. That was insane what happened.
I yesterday the comp I did mention Linsanity. I also mentioned Caitlin Clark. Like it's something that you just can't understand that comes on like a bolt of lightning and then it lasts also, not just it's like in and then hey, it's hot for 10 seconds and then it moves on. Like I did this, I saw this isn't my numbers day, but it came from Jeff Passan. So yesterday he posted, this is why Fernando Mania started. His first 8 games as a 20-year-old rookie for the Dodgers. All of them were complete games. Every one of them. He went complete games, all 8. The leader in the major leagues this year had 2. He had his first 8 career starts. He went 9 innings, 5 shutouts, won all of them. He was 8-0, 4 earned runs, and 68 strikeouts.
The other stat we had was what he accomplished in his first season. No pitcher has ever accomplished in their career.
That's insane. They were all, I didn't know that. They were all complete games.
His first 8, and he won all of them. He's 8-0. And again, in this day and age where I think the total number yesterday, Chris, we were talking about was like 26 complete games on the season for the entire major leagues, with a high being 2 for any individual. It was his first 8 starts. He went 9 innings in every one, 5 shutouts, like I said, 4 earned runs, 68 Ks, and 8-0.
Like they might not have gone crazy enough for Fernando.
Exactly.
That's the thing. And it wasn't just his performance on the mound. It wasn't just his numbers. That's the important thing. It was his pitching motion. It was his eyes rolling back into the back of his head. If you've ever seen the movie Bull Durham, actually, not Kevin Costner, Susan Sarandon's character references it in the backyard with Nuke Lelouch when she's talking about how he had like a lizard brain or something, and his eyes would flip back into his head, and you want to be more like Fernando. The iconic pictures, you could Google Fernando Valenzuela and it'll show you that big leg kick rock back, and then him looking to the heavens and then firing. And by the way, I also, Jason, my biggest memory of Fernando Valenzuela, and again, I was a little kid, but for some reason I always remember that every once in a while Tommy Lasorda called on him as a pinch hitter. That always got me.
Yeah. Go get the bat. Go get us a hit, Fernando.
All right, number 3, please.
The League Championship Series on both sides drew the highest rating since 2017. Safer out, that had more to do with the LA and New York markets than the teams.
All right, I know we got to go quick. Jason, I'm going to say safe on this, but safe with an asterisk. Yes, it does have to do with the markets, but also there's star power. There's a ton of star power in there, but the reason why there's a lot of star power in there, or a big reason, is because of the size of the markets and the money they have. So I think it's kind of twofold. It's the markets and the star power, but the star power is very much helped by the markets, if that all makes sense.
Yeah, and to combine that, just the National League part of it, you had New York and LA there too. I mean, you had the Mets and the Yankees, the Mets and the Dodgers. So that helped. Now you get the Yankees and the Guardians. But that's back to your star power argument. Yeah, and then so now I would anticipate we'll have one of the higher watched World Series in a while. Maybe not to what it used to be, but certainly in a long time. I think this will do very well for baseball.
Red Velvet's back, and we're gonna be in trouble. Hey nah. Red Velvet is back. Kevin Huerter getting the start tonight, opening night. A little bit of a surprise there. Let's talk about the decision that Mike Brown made, and we'll do all that as part of our comprehensive Kings opening day coverage on your home of the Kings, Sacktown Sports. Kelly Brothers at 7:28, Sam Amick at 8 a.m., Alan Horton, the voice of the Timberwolves, at 9, and don't forget the G-Man, Gary Gerald, celebrating his 40th year and the 40th year of the the Kings at 8:28. We're right back with opening night right after this.
The NFL's leading rusher plays here.
The handoff to McCaffrey, walks in the end zone. Handoff to McCaffrey, takes it right down to the goal line. He does his thing again. McCaffrey goes in motion right. Backwards pass led by Juszczyk. A block there. Hurdles a man. 10-5. Touchdown! CMC!
You can hear all of Christian McCaffrey's touchdowns on your home for 49ers football. Sacktown Sports.
All right, yesterday I got a chance to welcome in a brand new sponsor to the team, and we welcome to the show the Overhead Door Company of Sacramento. Now, they're absolute titans in the industry, as they've been a proven, established business in our area for over 70 years. And you know it, too, because imitation is the finest form of flattery, and others have tried to copy or grab onto their success, but there is really only one Overhead Door Company of Sacramento, and that is why you need to look for the red ribbon logo. Now, here's what you'll find when you contact them at 916-421-3747 or go to their showroom. You can also look up their website at ohdsac.com. And what you will see is an incredible selection of garage doors that will do more to improve the value of your home than you could ever imagine. You might need a brand new door. You might need a simple repair to your existing garage door. It could be residential or commercial. They will take care of your needs. And, of course, they will do it very, very well. And while you're getting your information about Overhead Door Company of Sacramento, mention me, Jason Ross, or us right here at Sacktown Sports, and you'll receive $100 off a new garage door paired with a new garage door opener. Now, they're simply great at what they do, and you will get to work with great people that have been making people thoroughly happy in and around Sacramento for a long, long time. Overhead Door Company of Sacramento, the original overhead door. Always look for the red ribbon logo.
My whole identity had been wrapped up in being a soldier. To have that so violently ripped from me when I was wounded, I was lost for a very long time. When Wounded Warrior Project came into my life, being around the other warriors, people that had similar experiences that I did, it was a game changer for me. Having King join the group, that was the beginning of a really good friendship. It's a good time.
I first heard about Wounded Warrior Project through CQ. And at first I was kind of like, I don't know if I qualify. But having been a part of it, it's kind of taught me that it's not just the wounds that you can see, but it's those that you can't.
When you do something like a peer support group with Wounded Warrior Project and come together from different walks of life, man, the growth is incredible. If not for Wounded Warrior Project, I really don't think that I'd be here today.
See how we help warriors combat stigma at woundedwarriorproject.org/combat stigma.
Don't you deserve healthcare you can count on? Well, you can count on United Healthcare with Medicare plans that fit your life today and as your needs change tomorrow. You can enjoy reliable coverage and low out-of-pocket costs with a Medicare Advantage plan from United Healthcare. United Healthcare Medicare Advantage plans, made for California, trusted everywhere. The Medicare annual enrollment period ends December 7th, so go to uhc.com/Medicare today.
Despite having no experience, Gavin Newsom made Jessica Morse his, quote, wildfire specialist. The result? Under Newsom and Morse, insurance rates and utility bills skyrocketed. Millions of dollars were slashed from the state's fire prevention budget, and they were even caught lying about their record, while millions of acres burned and families lost their homes. Now Gavin has chosen Jessica Morse again, this time to run for Congress. We have a better choice. Kevin Kiley. As our congressman, Kevin Kiley has worked across party lines to secure millions for wildfire protection and expand water supplies. And Kevin Kiley's bill to protect Lake Tahoe will bring up to $415 million home to our district to reduce the threat of fires and restore the ecosystem of the lake, delivering results and making a difference. Let's keep Kevin Kiley working for us.
I'm Kevin Kiley. I approve this message. Paid for by Kevin Kiley for Congress.
Model year-end pricing is back at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
During the model year-end event, lower interest rates at Folsom Lake Honda make lower payments. It's no wonder why Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop. Come in today or check out our entire inventory online at folsomlakehonda.com.
Get an instant cash offer for your trade at folsomlakehonda.com. We'll buy your car whether you buy from us or not. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop.
Folsom Lake Honda.
Go to folsomlakehonda.com.
Your one-stop Honda shop.
Get ready for an incredible night as the iconic Little River Band hits the stage at the Nugget Casino Resort Grand Ballroom. Join us Saturday, November 16th at the Nugget Grand Ballroom for an unforgettable concert experience. You'll hear all your favorites in this must-see event of classic rock. The Little River Band live at the Nugget Casino Resort Grand Ballroom. For tickets and info, visit nuggetcasinoresort.com.
Don't let summer energy slip away. Live the active life you love year-round with a personally fit arch support system from the Good Feet store. Precision engineered to support all 4 arches. Good Feet puts your feet in a more ideal, comfortable, and pain-free position. And Good Feet arch supports are now HSA and FSA eligible. Book a free fitting at goodfeet.com or come in and get a free pair of OS First Performance socks. Free. Normally a $25 value at the Good Feet store.
It's time to load up your calendar with all the hottest events. This is your Sacktown Sports live events calendar. First up, all this month, take the family to Dave's Pumpkin Patch for hay rides, corn mazes, and fall fun for everyone. It's the perfect way to celebrate the season. Next, David Spade brings his sharp wit to Hard Rock Live Sacramento on November 22nd. And the comedy continues with a hilarious Russell Peters taking the stage at Hard Rock Live on November 23rd. And if you're looking for some legendary music, Legends of Motown will have you grooving to all your favorite classics at Thunder Valley on the same night, November 23rd. Then get festive with the Jersey Boys Midtown Men Holiday Show on December 8th at Thunder Valley. And kicking off the new year, Dylan Scott with Jackson Dean and Avery Anna are bringing their country hits to Thunder Valley on January 10th. So get out there and enjoy the best live events Sacramento has to offer. For tickets and event details, visit sacktownsports.com.
Capital Casino, conveniently located on 411th North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Your home for Kings basketball for over 25 seasons.
Hammer time thrown down by the league. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sacktown Sports, 1140. The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
All right, you can check us out on YouTube on Kings Opening Day. We welcome in a lot of you. Some of you brand new. Some of you, look, you shouldn't do this, but you listen during Kings season. So welcome back, if you would. It's Carmichael Dave. I'm in New York City. I'll be back on Monday with a bit of a jet lag, hopefully not too much. Jason Ross, Christopher Ladd. And if you do get in the chat, you'll get to know Dennis, who is in there. And Dennis, in 4 minutes, has said, I told y'all Kevin is the starter. You didn't know. I knew because I love my Kings. I told you we keep the pick, and I made the pick. And Devin Carter, I told you Kevin is the starter. Everyone said no Keon. Y'all don't love my team. I do. Championship. And then finally he said Dave's pumpkin patch is legit. So Dennis has weighed in.
Why didn't Dennis tell us about Devin Carter's shoulder problem?
Yeah, Dennis. Wow.
Yeah.
Didn't tell us at all. Thanks. Now we have a rookie that's on the shelf till probably February, if not the entire year. So apparently Dennis does not love the Kings. Dennis actually hates the Kings and wanted to screw them out of a first-round pick. So, Jason, I'm reading a New York Times article. This is circa April 4th, 2024. So about 2 weeks from the end of the season. And I'll read you a passage in there. It says, the Kings have the league's 12th best defensive rating since the All-Star break, and the 5th best over their last 10 games, which coincides with Keon Ellis replacing Kevin Huerter in the starting lineup. Now, we've all talked about the analytics since last year, and the Kings were a markedly better defensive team with Keon Ellis in the starting lineup. One of the Kings' big weaknesses historically, but especially over the last couple of years, has been their defense. And Keon Ellis is almost certainly the best defender on the ball, on the floor, perhaps on the team, along with Keegan Murray. And now we're starting the year with a guy who, personal feelings aside, we love Kevin Huerter. We root for Kevin Huerter. He's almost an extended part of the program, but none of that matters. All that matters is the Kings winning or losing. Now, time will tell whether or not this is the right decision, but I got to tell you, on the surface, when we heard yesterday that Kevin Huerter would start tonight, and not that Kevin Huerter would be eased back in the lineup or that Kevin Huerter would come off the bench. No, he's going to be starting, which doesn't mean he's going to be finishing. But in an offseason, Jason, where the Kings added DeMar DeRozan, and one of the main issues remained their defense, especially interior defense, this just seems like, despite their three-point shooting woes in the preseason, which I imagine is part of this, Mike Brown is opting for a little more size and perhaps a little more outside shooting. I'm not sure I agree with this decision.
And I get that. I don't think you're in the minority in this. I think I think it's fair to question, right? And I think if we look at each side of this, and maybe I'll do a counterpoint to what I think Mike Brown's thinking. I mean, this is obviously a question for him, because you're right, Dave. When they went to Keon Ellis, I think naturally we all think of him as a defender, and he's really good at that. But honestly, he shot the three-pointer pretty well, and he's a low-volume shooter, so you could make a really good argument of his defense and not needing the ball a ton as a nice complement to Fox, Murray, DeRozan, and no, who am I missing? Fox,
Sabonis.
Sabonis. Thank you. So that's a nice compliment there. So let's go to Huerter though. Why would be one? He is taller. Not there's a little bit more size. I think they really are going to spread the floor well, and I think Huerter's I would define him as a shooter, and so you've got him with that starting group. If we're going that the defense was better in the back half of last season statistically, I think it's true. Though I think the win-loss record since the All-Star break was below what they were before, and we all would agree that Kevin didn't have a great year last year. So if they were, winning at a higher clip when he was underperforming, and certainly the year before that when he was the full-time starter, they did have their best year and won 48 games. So I guess that's my counter, and I also think the way the roster is currently constructed, if you came off the bench with Monk, Huerter, and McDermott, they're not all the same, but there's a lot of duplication where if you come off the bench with Keon Ellis, that's a different look that comes off the bench than they have in the starting lineup. That's my thought. Again, I'm not the coach, but that's kind of where I think the reasoning is.
I don't kind of like what you said about what I said. I hear your points, and they're not, especially the record in the second, the record itself, despite the numbers, was not that tremendous.
It was 15 and 13, by the way, just for a fact, okay. It was fine.
I don't think there's any argument that Keon Ellis is a better defender and changes the defensive makeup when he's on the floor as opposed to Kevin Huerter. I think that's generally conceded. And you mentioned, as most have, the shooting. And I'm not indifferent to that, but I would just simply offer this up. Keon Ellis played 57 games last year, and he averaged just over 17 minutes per game. On average in those games, he took 2.9, so let's call it 3 3-pointers, per game. And he shot second best on the team. In fact, really, he was the best on the team. Jordan Ford, no offense, but had a cup of coffee here and there. He did not play serious minutes for this team last year. Keon Ellis led the team in three-point percentage at 41.7, whereas Kevin Huerter shot 36.1. Now, you may look at the volume as only 2.9, but I think it's important to remember that numbers do lie sometimes. What's important there is that if you play 1 second in a game, that now counts against your averages. So Keon Ellis took 2.9 threes per game, which doesn't seem like a ton, especially when it's compared to De'Aaron Fox, I think, had just under 7.8 there. Kevin Huerter took 5.3 per game. So Keon took 3, which is just under half of what Huerter took. But it's his three-point percentage. So for me, if you can't do anything about the size, but if Kevin Huerter is going in for shooting, and granted in a limited sample size, but Keon Ellis is markedly better, 6 percentage points better from behind the arc than Kevin Huerter, and maybe defenses haven't caught up to him, but if defenses do catch up to him, that means somebody else is left open. I agree with you that Kevin Huerter draws more of the defense towards him, but part of that may just be that the word's not entirely out, and this is a very quick league. Eventually it would be. I don't know. It's the defense that we're losing, which is a huge thing. And then on top of that, now you're relying on De'Aaron Fox, Kevin Huerter, and DeMar DeRozan as your backcourt defense.
Yeah, but like, for example, yes. I mean, yes, it would be the short answer. But like for tonight, I'm assuming, and I think it's a safe assumption, when you're playing Minnesota, that Keegan Murray's guarding their best offensive player, which is Anthony Edwards. That's my
sure.
I think he just has to. And I think Keegan's going to do that a lot, whether Keon was on the floor or not. Now, what the nice thing is, then you can bring in Keon to guard him. But again, I think this offseason we spent, who is going to start? Could it be Kevin when he's healthy? Could it be Keon? Could they even switch and move everybody down a spot and add Lyles to the starting lineup? Could they, which we know they don't want to, start Malik Monk? I mean, I think that's even been a conversation. And I think the thought behind that was, well, he's such a good offensive player. He's so good. Like, it's almost like if that was a narrative, we didn't seem to care about the defensive thought there too. So I think Mike Brown and the team might be as bothered that they dropped offensively, Dave, as anything. I know they improved their defensive numbers, but they went from number one offense to they were in the middle of the pack. They were still good, but they were middle of the pack. I think that number's got to be back into the top 10, top 8 or so, because I think that's what this team is going to be best at and has a chance to be the best at as an offensive team.
So let's talk about matchups. I don't necessarily disagree with you. You're going to put big Keegan Murray on a little bit smaller Anthony Edwards, which is a tough assignment. You got to think that I got to imagine Sabonis is going to be on Rudy Gobert.
Yeah.
Not that Gobert's this massive offensive threat, but it's mostly keeping him out for offensive rebounds. But then what are we doing? Are we putting DeMar DeRozan or Kevin Huerter on Julius Randle? What are we doing with Randle?
I bet DeRozan's guarding Randle because I think they're going to, because he's shorter, but he's stronger, experience, grown man strength. This is my guess. And then who else do they start? McDaniels will probably go to Huerter and then Fox on Conley. Yeah. That's the way I believe they'll begin the game.
No, and I think you're right, but let me ask you. Am I crazy for thinking the Kings have a better chance at winning this game if Keon Ellis is checking Anthony Edwards?
And then you move Murray to Randle?
Yeah, and I'd have Sabonis on Gobert. I'd move Murray to Randle, who my freaking computer is still stuck with UK cookies. So all I can tell you is that Julius Randle is 2.06 meters. So I don't know what the hell that is, but I know it's taller than DeMar DeRozan. Yeah, I'm saying you put Keon Ellis is your best on-ball defender. You put Keon Ellis on Anthony Edwards. You put Keegan Murray on Julius Randle. You put Domantas Sabonis on Gobert, and then what? You probably go Fox Conley.
Yeah.
And then who cares after that? I don't know.
I get the feeling the Kings believe that DeMar DeRozan will do better against bigger players than he will against quicker players. So
okay. I don't disagree with that.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's some issues with him on Randle, but I believe that's what it'll be tonight. It'll be Sabonis on Gobert, like we said, Randle and DeRozan, probably Huerter and McDaniels, and then what do we go with? Conley, Fox, and then, Keegan on Ant-Man.
All right. Well, Kelly Brothers joins us at 7:28. Sam Amick at 8 a.m. from The Athletic. Of course, G-Man still to join us as well a little bit later in the program. Alan Horton, the voice of the Minnesota Timberwolves on your opening day extravaganza. When we come back, Golden One Center named the #1 arena in the NBA by ESPN.com. This is a quick 1-minute break. It is a G1C themed 3 for Madness, and it happens next.
Trying to find out where to catch your favorite team's games?
Are you a fan of the Kings, Niners, and the NFL? Well, Sacktown Sports has you covered.
Touchdown! San Francisco!
It's all on his shoulders. Fox rocks. He fires for the win.
He's got the triple.
Catch all your Kings, Niners, and NFL games all year long on Sacktown Sports and SacktownSports.com.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-275-1728. That's 800-275-1728.
When I realized I was going to have to sign up for my own health insurance plan, I was ready to freak. But then I found Health Markets. Health Markets lays out a list of plans available to you. It's straightforward and so easy. And if you need help, they have licensed insurance agents you can speak with. Just dial pound 250 and say Health Markets. That's it. Pound 250 and say Health Markets.
Discover the advantages of real, personalized service today with Health Markets. Health Markets Insurance Agency, Inc. is licensed as an insurance agency nationwide except in Massachusetts. Paid actor per trail.
All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
3 questions, 3 answers. It's 3 for Madness on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Here's question 1.
All right, he's good at business. Kelly Brothers joins us at 7:28, just under 10 minutes from now. In the meantime, opening day, Golden One Center, Jason Ross, Chris Rillard. It's a G1C themed 3 for Madness. Question 1.
Golden One Center was voted best arena in the NBA according to ESPN.com. How should we feel about that?
Just feel good. Look, it's something to be proud of because it's not just about Golden One Center. You have to understand what the parameters were, and part of that is experience. Part of that is, of course, fan participation. The number 1 spot goes to the Golden One Center. It says, quote, "This arena claims the number 1 spot in our rankings after scoring in the top 5 in all 4 categories and number 1 in accessibility and location." Quote, "In the heart of downtown, the arena is surrounded by restaurants, and the food options inside the arena are worth writing home about as well. The local restaurants and breweries inside source 90% of their ingredients within a 150-mile radius of the arena. There's even a dedicated coffee bar to sustain fans during those late-night games. With a fan base nicknamed Cowbell Kingdom, is it? The crowd is one of the loudest in the league, a reason it ranked 5th in fan experience." That's garbage. Let's not forget the arena's most defining characteristic, the iconic purple beam that's lit from the top of the building after every Kings win. Jason Ross, when the team was leaving, when we were dreaming about what it would be like to finally have an arena downtown, not only did that happen, not only have we been enjoying it now for longer than I'd like to think about, but we now are owners of the best arena in all the NBA.
It's aged well, too, right? It's already in season 9, which is hard to believe. And Dave, you know, when people like you and city leaders and Kings fans and other people were trying to, you know, help keep this team here, and we talked day in and day out on the radio about, you know, what it would look like, what a downtown arena would be once the team stayed. And then the next step was getting a downtown arena. It's so much better than I thought. I mean, I knew it would be good. I've said this before. I thought, like, this is going to be great, but I didn't dream this big. It's better. It's so much better than I thought. It's just a great building. It's aged well. It's super convenient. I joke about the first year needing to start times at 7:30 because everybody was weirded out about traffic getting in and out. It was zero issue. People find their ways to get in. I love that everybody's got a different story. I park on, you know, M Street and walk over here, and I go to this bar first. I go to this restaurant. I go to the train station. Like, everybody's got a different way to get there, and that's what makes it awesome. And the people that gather there, I remember the playoffs when there were so many people outside that, you know, weren't going to the game. So it's just fantastic. And the experience, and then like the chef's kiss, the final piece is the beam, because what it signifies, it means they win. It's community. Everybody knows what that means, whether you're in Sacramento or elsewhere. DeMar can't wait to light the beam. So, like, it's awesome. It's better than I thought it would be.
You know, the only thing that I think would make it, I think, considerably better would be a championship banner.
It's time.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do it.
Been 9 years, Jason. 9 years in this thing without a championship. Yeah. Number 2, please.
Question 2.
Which experience did you enjoy more, Arca Arena or the number 1 arena in the country according to ESPN?
Look, I'm not gonna lie. I love Golden One Center. I love it as much for, if not more, for what it stands for than the arena itself, which I do love. It's beautiful. It's amazing. And maybe this is just nostalgia. It is, of course. Golden One Center is a better arena in pretty much every aspect than Arco Arena. Now, Arco had parking. That was pretty awesome. Arco, I think, was built to be louder with the wooden floors and all that. I think it has the edge in both. I have more memories, more iconic memories from Arco Arena, so I probably give that the edge as one I enjoyed more. But part of that also is that I had 31 years at Arco Arena and 9 so far at Golden One.
Could it be like, the first love kind of thing?
Yes.
That's the first love. Yeah. It was so great. And then you go, was it? Like, because when you start to break down like what was wrong with the arena, there were plenty of things, but it was our place, right? It was where Kings fans went. The wood floors, as you mentioned, made it so loud. And I think as time gets further and further away, you tend to dwell on or celebrate all the great memories. There are plenty of heartache there, but it feels like that's now more attached to a beautiful, shiny, better in every way, like you said, Dave, arena. But I think it's something about Arco being that first kind of love, the formative years of becoming a Kings fan for a lot of people, that it's tough to replace that. But Golden One's doing that now on its own, which is great.
If they could somehow pump in the smell at Golden One's arena of the candied pecans, spilled beer, and stale popcorn,
yes,
that it smelled like when you walked into Arco, that would make it perfect.
With the wood floor. The wood floors was actually a difference maker. Now it's better to what they've got now, but that made it so loud.
This is wild, but in Chris Jericho's book, I guess that we were supposed to get on, but I guess not. But in his book, he talked about Arco Arena and specifically the wood floors, like them getting set up for a match. And he's like, it was something I've never experienced in my life. And he's like, and it just took everything to a whole nother level. It's like, that's weird.
Yeah.
See, that's classic. Hey, if it's got the Chris Jericho stamp of approval, then he could do his what's the thing where he would drink the 2 beers at once?
That's Stone Cold, and you probably don't want to do that on camera.
Sorry. No, I don't. I just saw the replay. No, was it the one where Chris Jericho? Sorry, I mixed up my people. Where he comes out of the coffin?
Nope, that's the Undertaker.
You're all over
Chris
it.
Jericho?
No.
Try again.
What? Wait, doesn't Chris Jericho? Okay, does Chris Jericho? He does the thing where he goes off one rope and off the other, and then he drops the elbow down on the guy.
That's The Rock.
Oh, that's not the Jericho elbow.
No.
I'm not doing well at this. All right, cut number 3, please.
You're actually impressing me with your knowledge.
All right.
Question 3.
What's your favorite thing about Golden One as opposed to Arco?
The best part of the People's Elbow to me was whoever the hell is it, Big Jim Frazier or whatever would
nailed it.
Yeah.
Where he goes like, what does he say? He's like, oh, it's a People's Elbow. And when he drops, like the way he calls it is actually very fun to me.
Just like that.
I get that right. Just
Big
like
Jim Frazier.
Big Jim Frazier, voice
that
of the
sounds like one of your
WWF.
friend's dad that you went to middle school with.
Me personally?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you know what? You ask, you'll get the answer. The reason why is because there's a song by Marcy Playground called Sherry Frazier. And for some reason, that was the first last name that popped into my head. And I combined it with Jim because it's Big Jim Hall, obviously. Let's see. Who is, what was the question? Oh, what's my favorite thing? The buttered popcorn. Come on, dude. They've got 2 buttered popcorn stations now, and I take my straw and I put it on the little spigot of the butter, and then I stick the straw so it goes down to the bottom of the popcorn, and I just kind of shake it up and down. This doesn't look good either on camera, I'm sure. And then I have all the butter in my butter, and I put a bunch on top, and then you grab a tree's worth of paper napkins, take it back to your seat. And not only does butter taste good on popcorn, guys, although I am trying to eat a little better, so I got to be careful with that, but also serves as a lip balm that lasts for 7 days.
Nice.
Can I add to your popcorn thing there? The key to buying popcorn at Golden One, there's usually a thing like in the first quarter where it's like, hey, use our QR code and you'll get like 10 to 15% off of food. You take that, you get the unlimited popcorn. It is literally the best deal in the NBA.
Okay. It is 100% the best deal in the NBA. There's no doubt about that. Here's the only problem. It works when I've got the kids because we all take these little cups and like we'll dig into the popcorn. So everybody has their little cup of popcorn, except for me. I have the big one and I'm just drinking it. But if I'm by myself, I still get the unlimited popcorn, but I can't do more than one popcorn. I can't. I try. I can do a whole popcorn, but then I'm done, dude. I can't do it, man.
Oh, you are the most popular person around you if you get the unlimited popcorn. He's like, oh, yeah, take a handful. Go ahead, man.
Yeah,
share
but
it for the
security
crew.
gets involved. Have you ever had security talk to you about sharing popcorn? Oh, it's terrible.
Really?
They kick you out. No, I'm kidding. No, it's about the popcorn. Jason, what about you?
The beam.
Mm.
The beam. I mean, again, go back to the origin of that. You're like, oh, okay, I'm not sure. And then it's just taken off. It is absolutely taken off. Players love it. Fans love it. Love the chant. We know what it signifies. That means it's a good day for the Kings. Then people, taking pictures of it, leaving the arena, looking at it. It's awesome. It's such a cool identifier. And like I said, I think it was this summer when I was in Hawaii, saw a Kings fan, and you could just say, light the beam, and they're like, light the beam. Like that's a phrase that everybody knows what that means, and it's like, hey, there's another Kings fan. I think it's awesome.
Can I would just give honorable mention. This is nowhere near the top. I know we got a break here, but I like when you walk around the periphery of Golden One Center and they have the little like bird jungle sounds that come out of the speakers by the bushes. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? It's exactly like that.
Yeah.
You don't?
I've never noticed it.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, when you walk around, they have these little like bushy areas that are up against the arena, and they actually have like little birdie, like kind of what Jason just did. To be honest, it's a really good impersonation that are coming out of like these hidden speakers. They say, "Oh, that's right." Chris Jericho said, "What you gonna do,
Macho
right?
Man?"
No. Chris
Actually,
Jericho was the one with the megaphone that would come in.
Jimmy Hart.
And he made it. God dang, man. All right, we'll take a break. I'm going to figure out what he did. When we come back, Jason Ross, it is 1:30, and I think it's a high time we talk to Kelly Brothers about sports business.
Good at business.
He's good at business. Thank you very much. And we'll talk to him next.
The only place you'll find Kevin Huerter is Sacktown Sports.
Huerter's open, steps into three. He's got the triple.
Hey, Sacramento, it's Kevin Huerter, and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sacktown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Folsom Lake Kia.
I'm Dirk Verdorn in the KCRA3 Weather Center, and clear skies this morning with temperatures that have been cool but will be warming. A little bit of a breeze will be on the decrease today with temperatures that'll be in the upper 70s for daytime highs. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA3 News and the KCRA3 app.
DC here, and if you've been thinking about a new car, you gotta see my friends at Folsom Lake Kia. You can always count on low payments and zero down deals with approved credit. Folsom Lake Kia, over 25 years, right here in Folsom.
I'm Brian Tedesco, CEO of Blaupunkt Americas, the pioneers of the car stereo. Today, we're not just about sound systems. We are revolutionizing the e-bike scene with Blue Dot Bike. Thanks to AmericanEagle.com, our online presence now features a dynamic e-commerce website that showcases the quality and affordability of our foldable e-bikes. And our collegiate e-bikes, just perfect for the college fanatic. These e-bikes offer a new way to experience freedom on two wheels, no matter your age. When we needed a top-notch website to match our cutting-edge e-bikes, we turned to AmericanEagle.com. They made the impossible seem easy, tackling digital challenges like pros. Check out the Blue Dot Bike website to see AmericanEagle.com's amazing work in action. Need the best in website and digital marketing solutions? AmericanEagle.com is your go-to. They've been a game changer for us, and they can be for you too. Visit AmericanEagle.com or call 877-WEB-NOW-1. That's 877-WEB-NOW-1.
Whitey here reminding you that not all grills are created equal. Give your family a real treat. Bring out all the flavors of the upcoming holidays with the amazing Napoleon Prestige line of outdoor cookers. Napoleon grills have features other grills can't match. They're built different, built better, built to last, complete with a lifetime warranty.
all made with premium steel that boasts absolute quality. Just because it's October does not mean we can't barbecue outside. Visit California Backyard now for your best selection of grills and Napoleon Grills accessories.
The Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop is your unsurpassed spot to find the hottest golf gear, best pricing, and elite expertise. Every club on the shelves can be tried for free on the driving range. 3 TrackMan units and a Hagen Oaks team of skilled fitting professionals provide the finest club fitting experience. Our personable Super Shop staff will show you the newest to help you look and play your best. You love golf. The Hagen Oaks team loves golf too. Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop, Fulton Avenue at Business 80. Learn more at hagenoaks.com or 916-481-GOLF.
Welcome back to another exciting game day. Grab your rally towels, throw on your jerseys, cheer, shout, and save on your gas. That's right, sports fans win big on home game days. Score instant savings of 25 cents per gallon on Shell V-Power Nitro Plus Premium Gasoline with the Fuel Rewards program. And that's a victory for you and your tailgate team. Download the app, join the Fuel Rewards program today, and game on. Restrictions apply. Limited time. At participating Shell stations. For more details, visit fuelrewards.com.
It's Capital Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room. And guess what? Primetime football is back. Capital Casino is giving away $500 per game in high hand bonuses for every Sunday, Monday, and Thursday night primetime game. As always, offering the best food, the best service, and the best action with the most variety of games in the region, conveniently located in downtown Sacramento. So check them out, Capital Casino, and always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Capital Casino, conveniently located on 411th North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento.
Joining us now on Sports Sense, certified financial planner Kelly Brothers. Kelly is an advisor with Cap Trust, one of the nation's largest registered investment advisors. Cap Trust counts among its clients numerous pro athletes and pro sports franchises, but most importantly serves many Northern Californians through comprehensive financial planning. Here's Kelly Brothers.
Oh, Kelly Brothers coming to us live, teaching us things on a opening day for your Sacramento Kings. Good morning, Kelly.
Good morning, guys. You know, I hearken back to, this news about Golden One being the #1 arena in the NBA, according to ESPN. I hearken back to a member of the national media I ran into at a game last year, and he was just marveling at the arena. And he said, 3 years ago, the arena you heard about the most in New York or on the East Coast, like, have you been there yet, was Indianapolis's arena. Everyone thought that was kind of, and he said that's been replaced by Sacramento now. Like, have you been to Golden One yet? So it's, I don't know, it speaks volumes about what the Kings have been able to accomplish and the fact that they really did put the arena in the right spot.
Kelly, Dave and I were talking about the comps maybe to Arco. They're totally different. There's so many memories in each one, and Arco has just years and years of history behind it. But for what this has become, now named #1, they've got the beam. It's in and out, and just everything they have there is top notch. Is it even better than you kind of envisioned Golden One could be?
Oh yeah, especially because I don't know. I'm a big fan of the concerts, and the acoustics are significantly better than Arco had been. So, and plus it's the right place. It really was kind of. I remember Jack Gallagher, local comedian, once said, Sacramento's the only place that would, put their jail right smack dab in the middle of downtown and put their arena out in a field. And that's what we did. So, it's great to have it downtown where there can be kind of that multiplier effect economically for the businesses around it.
Wait, did Jack Gallagher used to do the Crystal ice cream commercials?
He did.
Yeah.
He also used to be the voice at the airport. Do you remember that? He used to be please don't leave your bags unattended. He was, he had some great shows, still doing shows, but his was a great story.
The white zone is for the immediate loading and best bit in airplane. This World Series coming up, Kelly. I was looking at some of these numbers yesterday. It's the Yankees, it's the Dodgers. Rob Manfred is just stark naked, rolling around, taking a bath in cash. And
did you really have to say that in the morning? Did you really have to bring that to him? Erase.
It is it's quite a bit of money to
no, it is. It's New York, it's LA. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Kelly. I'm sorry. I wanted to, I'd been going back and forth from New York to England this last week, and out in England, the soccer team I work for, there was a big hullabaloo because with, I think it's 20 something home matches, just to give you an idea, they call it season cards, not season tickets. The price for a season card out there is £249, which is a little over $300 American for an entire season of 20 games, $300. And you're looking at, as you were just going to say, quite a bit more than that for just one ticket to, and granted, it's a World Series, it's New York, LA, but the prices around the world compared to what Americans tend to pay for stuff like this is completely off the charts.
It is, but it's just the stars aligning. It's New York, it's LA, it's the two MVPs against each other, which hasn't happened in decades. And plus you throw in the nation of Japan, and all Japanese Americans as well have an extra interest in this. So you're talking about a get-in price of over $1,000 for Friday, and the average price when they get back to New York is going to be over $5,000. So that gives you a sense of the demand for these sorts of tickets. And you're right, Rob Manfred is rolling around in cash, as is Fox, I'm sure. And I'm wondering, I often wonder, does Joe Buck ever regret giving up what he had at Fox? Not necessarily because of the football, but because of he called the World Series games. And this year, it's going to be a different level.
Wait, I'd heard the 1,000 plus in LA. Did you say 5,000 in New York?
5,000 is the average price, not the get-in price. But the average price is going to be $5,000. It's just short of it now. It's 4,200 or something like that. So New York is going to blow it out, you might say.
When would this bubble burst? I mean, at some point, we know there will be people there. It's not going to be empty, but at some point, I guess the masses aren't getting priced out.
Yeah, and realize too, Jason, I think anyway, that you have that $5,000 average price. That's pumped up by the a-hole scalpers who somehow got their hands on second row, and they're pricing them at $40,000 a seat. And if they don't get it, they're not going to sell them, or whatever. But they'll just throw it out there to see if someone is truly willing to pay stupid money to go to the game. So the average price is probably not the best metric to look at, ahead of a World Series.
It also makes you wonder, and I think this is a fair question that has come up, especially at brand new NBA arenas. I imagine the atmosphere is going to be bonkers, but also, are you pricing out? I mean, you are pricing out Joe and Jane, lower middle class, and I mean, let's forget about people that don't have a ton of money. But you also wonder if it's going to be, the dudes that are in the Yankees or Dodgers jersey with the collared business shirt underneath doing the happy clap, if that's going to affect the World Series atmosphere whatsoever.
I agree completely. I think that's true at any championship series. You are far more likely to get the executive crowd than you are to get the ravenous, loud, crazy, natural fan. And that's just sadly, that's a function of the pricing. But, the teams use that as leverage to try to get the average fan to buy a season ticket package, which includes obviously a right of first refusal on playoff tickets.
Kelly, we will have baseball here next year. We don't know for how long. They finally agreed to play on grass, which I think is a good thing. But where are we at now with the latest with John Fisher and his saga with these A's?
Yeah, the Sports Business Journal is reporting that he is looking to sell a piece of the A's, about a quarter of the franchise, and he's trying to sell it at a valuation of $2 billion. So in other words, he's basically saying, okay, imagine us now when we're in Vegas, in a stadium, what we look like then. Of course, as we found out recently with the sale of the Chargers to a minority investor. If you're a minority investor, you're going to get a discount on that. You have no control. You have no decision-making authority. So you are going to get a discount on it. But it is interesting that he's immediately, before they've even, dropped the first piling into the ground in Vegas, he's trying to sell a piece of the team at a Vegas valuation. Interesting that we're not seeing Vivek Ranadive step up with his hand raised saying, I want it, which I think goes to prove too that this maybe is not about the A's. This is about Sacramento proving its worth as a major league city for when expansion day comes in about 3 years.
Well, and it's very interesting. You're 100% right, Kelly, of course, about the discount you get for buying a minority share as opposed to controlling interest. And what that tells you is Forbes had the A's as of 2024 in Oakland at $1.2 billion. Now, I can't stand John Fisher, but I do understand him selling it at an increased valuation based on Las Vegas because that's where the team's going to be. That's fair. But if you do the mathematics, and this won't be exactly right, but if he's selling minority shares at a valuation of $2 billion, which is $800 million more than the team is currently worth, probably slightly less being in Sacramento, that's really more like a valuation of a $3 billion team because, again, it's a minority share. So he's really kind of got stars in his eyes.
He does, and he's like that that jerk scalper, at Yankees. He's just throwing it out there to see if anyone grabs it. What's going to hurt him, I think, is the fact that you've got the White Sox looking at selling the entire team full sale, full control, and you have the Twins looking for a possible buyer as well. So any people who want to be real players, they're looking for control and not to be kind of a wagon behind John Fisher. So we'll see what happens. But the Sports Business Journal says he has put it out there that a quarter of the team is for sale.
Kelly, you going to get a chance to get out? Oh, sorry, Dave.
Sorry. Go ahead, Jason.
I was going to say, Kelly, you going to get a chance to get out to Golden One tonight at all?
I will be there, my friend. I will be. I'm looking forward to. We've been. It's very exciting just to think of going again and seeing everyone. That's the great part. But you guys know this better than most. There's just a whole crowd of service people and ushers and hardworking people who are there who you love seeing. And actually, you go 6 months, you don't see them, you miss them. So it'll be great to see some of those folks again and bring the band back together again. So looking forward to it. By the way, one quick note. I just wanted to throw this out. The Jordan brand has exploded for Nike. It is now the second largest footwear brand on the planet behind Nike. It's part of Nike, but if it was its own brand on its own, it would be second behind Nike, ahead of Adidas, Puma, New Balance. And with Michael Jordan getting a 5% royalty, he will earn about $350 million on that royalty this year. That is 4 times as much as he made in his entire NBA career. So he and Mrs. Jordan, Dolores, they cut the greatest sports deal in the history of sports.
And maybe he can buy the A's.
I wish.
By the way, the year the Raiders were last in Oakland, they were worth approximately $2.9 million. As of last year, the Vegas Raiders worth 7.45th in the NFL. So maybe that's a little bit of what.
No, I think so. I mean, that's been, I hate to financially, that's been a huge move for the Raiders, and somehow they got Tom Brady in as well. So I don't think he's going to change his hairstyle to Mr. Davis's hairstyle, but you never know.
That is Kelly Brothers. He is the best of business. He's every Thursday at 7:30. Kelly, we appreciate you. And we'll talk to you next week.
Safe travels, Dave. See you, Jason.
All right.
See you tonight. Take care. Bye-bye.
We'll take a break. When we come back, ladies and gentlemen, it is the 40th opening night in Sacramento Kings history. We've got Kevin Huerter back. We've got all kinds of stuff going on. Don't forget Sam Amick, brought to you by Jiffy Lube at 8 a.m. Gary Gerald, the voice of the Kings for all 40 years at 8:30. Alan Horton, the voice of the Minnesota Timberwolves at 9 a.m. It's Dave, it's Jason, it's Chris. We're right back after this.
The Sacramento Kings open their season tonight against Anthony Edwards and the Minnesota Timberwolves. Tip at 7 p.m.
Fans on their feet.
Listen to every Kings game all season long.
On your home of the Sacramento Kings.
Sacktown Sports 1140.
At Elk Grove Honda, not only do we have a great selection of pre-owned certified cars at very fair prices, but every one of our pre-owned automobiles are treated with kid gloves with a 182-point inspection that covers everything from unibody to tires to brakes and engine filters. Then our certified cars receive a mobile oil change and fresh fill-up with full synthetic mobile oil. We know you have lots of choices of where to purchase your next car. Come to Elk Grove Honda, home of the 182-point inspection and mobile oil change. We're in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, Highway 99 at Elk Grove Boulevard.
Get ready for an incredible night as the iconic Little River Band hits the stage at the Nugget Casino Resort Grand Ballroom. Join us Saturday, November 16th at the Nugget Grand Ballroom for an unforgettable concert experience. You'll hear all your favorites in this must-see event of classic rock. The Little River Band live at the Nugget Casino Resort Grand Ballroom. For tickets and info, visit nuggetcasinoresort.com.
Finally, an easy way to find home improvement contractors. Just visit subcontractorsunited.com and simplify your search for home services professionals. From cabinets to windows, roofing to plumbing, Subcontractors United is an easy, simple way to find and hire a home improvement contractor. And you never have to give up personal information. So no harassing phone calls like you get from those other websites. Subcontractorsunited.com is sponsored by D&D Cabinets and Savage Design.
When an overwhelmed injury victim calls Ashton or Price, we immediately remove their legal burden and introduce them to the very best medical care in the region. They focus on their health and we handle all the rest. When they reach the end of their medical journey and are reunited with happiness and hope, we unleash our decades of legal experience to obtain maximum compensation. We are real, local, experienced litigators and snappy dressers too. Consultation's free, and there's never a fee until we win.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
Tesla, keeping it real tour. Saturday, November 9th, the venue at Thunder Valley. Tesla, live. The multi-platinum rock band returns with special guest, Fuel. For tickets, visit ThunderValleyResort.com. Tesla, keeping it real tour.
Don't let summer energy slip away. Live the active life you love year-round with a personally fit arch support system from the Good Feet store. Precision engineered to support all four arches. Good Feet puts your feet in a more ideal, comfortable, and pain-free position. And Good Feet arch supports are now HSA and FSA eligible. Book a free fitting at goodfeet.com or come in and get a free pair of OS First Performance socks. Free. Normally a $25 value at the Good Feet store.
It's better over here. If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has an exclusive rate plan just for you. Right now, get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings versus Verizon and AT&T. Plus, you can get one of the latest 5G phones free when you add a line. That's right, a free 5G phone. Experience all this and more on America's largest 5G network. So why wait? At T-Mobile, customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for only $30 a line. Just go to T-Mobile.com/choice55 or visit your local store to make the switch.
With AutoPay using debit or bank account plus taxes and fees, 45% off 2 lines versus AT&T Starter and Verizon Welcome. Plan benefits vary. Free phones up to $300 off with 24 monthly bill credits and qualifying new line for well-qualified customers plus tax and $35 device connection charge. Contact us before canceling entire account to continue remaining bill credits. Bill credits end if you pay off device early. See details at T-Mobile.com.
Waking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
On Sacktown Sports.
Talk about when you're watching the Timberwolves, they were making a little bit of a deal of, hey, this lineup only played once together, and really we haven't played with Kevin in 6 months in the lineup. We haven't played with that lineup at all because DeMar wasn't with us last year, so we're going to have some newness to us, and I just don't want our players, whether we're doing bad, to get frustrated, and if we're doing good, I don't want us to be here neither. We got to try to stay even keeled and understand that we keep embracing the process, the details, and the outcome's going to take care of itself eventually the right way, in my opinion.
Well, what do you think, Jason? You believe him?
I believe the coach. Let's go. How many hours till tip off?
I'm ready, man.
I'm getting you ready. Like we're ramping you up. You weren't quite there at the beginning of the show.
I think. Well, I think part of it too is because I've been shuttling back and forth.
Yeah.
And so when you
don't even know where you are.
I really freaking don't, to be honest with you, half the time. So I don't think I've ever missed an opening night. I mean, I haven't gone to every opening night, but I think I've been in Sacramento for every opening night. So maybe it's just, is there a buzz in the city? Is everybody buzzing, Jason?
I think we're gonna go nuts in there. I think so. I mean, I think it's ramping up, obviously, as the closer we get there. And it's always one of those things. I think you and I have talked about this before, kind of the difference of being at the game versus watching, listening, following on social media. It doesn't mean any of those others are wrong. That's the way a lot of people take in the game. But there's just a different energy to it the second you get into that building. And I've said it, Dave, when the team is winning 20 games. I mean, it's like that night and they're 20-48, and you walk into the arena. For some people, that's the first time they've been there, and there's the lights and the music, and like everybody's excited. You go, this team's not very good. Well, now there's belief that the team is pretty good. So you pair that with being excited for the first game of the year, some new look players. And yeah, I think as we get closer and closer, and then when people arrive, it's just, there's going to be a good vibe in the building tonight. I know that.
1-800-920-1140. We're not going to have a ton of room for phone calls today, but I guess you can get in right now. Also, you can text us at 916-339-1140. And I see everybody, a lot of regulars, some new people in the YouTube chat. You can go to YouTube, hit Saptown Sports, subscribe, of course, if you haven't already, and join us for this season, if you would. I'll just ask we'll just take a quick straw poll. On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being 10 being I am going to literally jump out of my skin. I am so excited. Let's go Kings. Where is your excitement level? And in this day and age, you can't ask a question without everybody providing a third. You give two choices and then there's a third. Like, I don't want to hear like, oh, I'm excited, but I'm anxious, but no, like scale of 1 to 10. How excited are you? Literally, that's the question. And I think right now, Jason, I'm at like a 5.
Oh, wow.
Normally I'm at like, but I don't want it to come across, again, I said this earlier for those of you listening, I don't want it to come across like I'm being negative or I don't think we're going to have a great year, anything like that. I don't know. It weirdly feels like there's like this pressure on the team and there's these expectations and I'm not sure where they're at, and the preseason didn't help at all. And then here we go. We're into the new season in Minnesota and I'm just not feeling the same buzz. And I'm curious if it's me or if this is a citywide thing.
That's fair. Let's look at a couple reactions from our YouTube. Gus is at 7. Brian, give me an 8. We got another 7, but it's more fear-based. I think I'm at 8, and I know that I'm going to be 10 right before tip-off.
I know I'm shamelessly pumping the poll here.
Dwayne's
by the way, Dwayne's a 6. Okay.
Yeah. This is like me. Yeah. 7 p.m. Can't get here fast enough. I'm at 8 right now. That's where I'm at. Justin's at 3.5. Maggie's between a 5 and a 6. But that's fair. I mean, this, you can't tell people how to feel, but I think it's as we get closer. And again, I'll say when Fresh gets going, when Moke does the intros, when Slamson's out there, I mean, yeah, I'm going to be at a 10 for sure at that moment.
I'm freaking jacked.
By the way, Sam Amick will be joining us from Denver here in about 5 minutes. Also important to note in the chat that 2 of those usernames, Maggie and Gus, also current and former dogs of mine.
Oh, wow.
Gus the bus and Maggie, who's no longer with us. MC is at a 7. I didn't see a rating from Zebra, but she's saying she's grocery shopping right now for tonight. And Martin, I think, is Jason Ross, 7, but an 11 at the game.
Yeah, we got text line 10 plus. Let's go. And then we got an LFG 10.
Let's flip and go.
Yeah.
10. Oh, all right. Well, I mean, And, look, I think the preseason, I know most of us are saying the same thing. Hey, it's the preseason. Don't worry about it. But there's the uncertainty of that. There's Kevin Huerter back in the starting lineup. There's the questions going in. There's the minor step backward, at best a lateral step last week. And I think there's also this fear of, how long are you going to let this core go? There's that pressure. So I think it's more anxiety, I think, the negativity. But you know what, Jason? They come away with a win tonight over Minnesota. They start out 1-0, nice big win. I think a lot of those 4s and 5s move up to 40s and 50s. We'll
turn it up to 11.
11, that's what I'm talking about. When we come back, Sam Amick of The Athletic from Denver. We'll have him for a couple segments. We'll break down all things NBA and, of course, your Sacramento Kings, and we will do that next.
The Sacramento Kings open their season tonight against Anthony Edwards and the Minnesota Timberwolves. Tip at 7 p.m. Listen to every Kings game all season long
on your home of the Sacramento Kings.
Sacktown Sports 1140.
Wendy's breakfast burrito has an entire breakfast in every bite. Fresh cracked eggs, seasoned potatoes, American cheese, cheese sauce, and sausage or bacon. So the first bite is like fresh American cheese sauce. And the second bite is like fresh American cheese sauce. Bacon. You get the idea. And now get yours with $1 any size soft drink. Gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only. Price and participation may vary. Not valid in a combo. Exclusions apply.
O'Reilly. It's Superstart Battery Month at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Get up to a $25 gift card after rebate with the purchase of select Superstart batteries. We'll test your old battery for free and recommend the right battery for your vehicle. For power, performance, and reliability, choose Superstart batteries only at O'Reilly Auto Parts. O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Folsom Lake Kia.
I'm Dirk Verdorn in the KCRA3 Weather Center, and clear skies this morning with temperatures that have been cool but will be warming. A little bit of a breeze will be on the decrease today with temperatures that'll be in the upper 70s for daytime highs. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA3 News and the KCRA3 app.
DC here for Folsom Lake Kia, where they make car shopping easy with a huge selection of new Kia models, low payments, and zero down deals with approved credit. Folsom Lake Kia, your trusted dealer in Folsom for over 25 years. FolsomLakeKia.com.
Carmichael Dave here from my good friends at American Energy. Cool weather, if not cold weather, is in our future. You know that. It'll eventually get there, and American Energy wants to make sure your system is operating safely and properly. So now is the time to take advantage of the $49 fall tune-up inspection. That's regularly $119, but includes a full safety and duct inspection. And if your system's over 10 years old, it's free. The tune-up is on American Energy. Give them a call right now. They're offering $50 off your first recommended repair, or if you need a new furnace, that's half off the price of a new unit. American Energy been serving the greater Sacramento area since 1981. A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You can check them out at theaeway.com for an instant quote. That's theaeway.com. Tell them Carmichael Dave sent you.
Call 916-520-9998 now.
For 76 years, the Keys family from Naturewood Home Furnishings has been serving families just like yours and mine. Hi, I'm Frank LaRosa with Golf to Go. The Naturewood team takes great pride and significant effort to offer Northern California families a vast selection of home furnishings, most of which are made right here in this country. The kitchen table, which we purchased so many years ago, speaks to the enduring quality of the Naturewood product lines. We treasure memories made seated around that table with family and friends for birthday celebrations, school projects, and many late-night meals when the day just got away from us. Naturewood has provided thousands with home furnishings that not only last for generations, but also lead to everlasting memories of cherished times. Visit Naturewood Home Furnishings now during their 76th anniversary sale and get started making your own brand of memories. Meet the Keys family at Naturewood Home Furnishings, off Highway 50 at Hazel. look for the water wheel.
Model year-end pricing is back at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
During the model year-end event, lower interest rates at Folsom Lake Honda make lower payments. It's no wonder why Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop. Come in today or check out our entire inventory online at folsomlakehonda.com.
Get an instant cash offer for your trade at folsomlakehonda.com. We'll buy your car whether you buy from us or not. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop.
Folsom Lake Honda.
Go to folsomlakehonda.com.
Your one-stop Honda shop.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Your flagship station for the Beam Team.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sacktown Sports 1140. The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone. And then boom,
with Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
Sam is going to join us momentarily, and he's joining us by phone today. During the break, I was walking around our New York offices, and Chris, I think you might be jealous. Chris, how long? This is actually a particularly long segment, but let's see. Our next break is going to be, let's say, 4 minutes, I think. So,
yeah,
I know Chris is going to be jealous of this. Hold on here. All right.
Let's see what you got.
4 minutes. We have 4 minutes left in the for a break. I mean, what I'm holding here, for those of you who are not aware, this is the sign, if you ever watch soccer games, that they have on the sidelines that show exactly how many minutes are left in extra time. Or they also do if a player, let's say number 7, is going to enter the game. So they'd have number 8 comes on and number 4 goes. I've always wanted to hold one of these, and now I am. So
there you go.
Is that exciting? That's kind of exciting.
That is cool. That is very cool. You know what else is cool, Dave? We got Sam Amick ready to go, and it's the Sam Amick Show being brought to you by all your Jiffy Lube locations in the greater Sacramento area. Sam Amick is with us now. Good morning, Sam.
Gentlemen, what's going on? What are you complaining about me, Dave?
No, it's just, big athletic writer. Now you're you already were, but now you're pretty much the senior. I mean, you are the franchise player at the Athletic now, and I think you know that. So when it comes to, I'm in Denver, I'll do it on the phone. It's like, all right, it's fine. We're just surprised you haven't canceled your contract yet. And part of that's because you went to high school with one of our best friends and our lovely sponsor of this segment, Jiffy Lube, as Jason just said. But we'll take you any way we can get you, Sam.
If I say Jiffy Lube like 5 times in the spot, I think Matt will forgive me. So how about that for negotiations?
If you say Jiffy Lube 5 times, I think he appears. I think that's how it works. Like Beetlejuice.
Well, the truth is, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was going to start out. So go ahead. The truth is what?
Oh, no. So I was just going to make fun of myself for operator error trying to get the video going. I gave it a good go, and we're going to have to do it the phone.
Well, I'll ask you then, we talk about the NBA season, and specifically we're talking about opening day for the Kings, which of course we will get to. But for you, Sam, let's just delve into the life of a writer as we often want to. You get about a month off. And then, and of course, in this case, you were in France for like a month doing the Olympics. But as you lead up to the season, is there ever are you doing last minute stuff with the family? I know you got one off to college now. Is it? I know you're used to the change, but it's still quite a change for you as a husband and a dad. Now you're going to be gone a bunch.
Yeah, no, it's an adjustment for sure. It's honestly the ramp up in the work is the biggest thing. Like, this morning, for example, right before jumping on with you guys, I'm talking to the NBA about the Sixers investigation into Joel Embiid's, health and his absences. So you have that story. You have because I'm in Denver, I'm connecting with somebody from the Nuggets this morning to grab coffee and tweeting out a story on Anthony Davis and the Lakers that I wrote yesterday. So admittedly, like that ramp up, especially in the regular season, because we've been working for a month or so already in the preseason, but the hugest difference is that things matter now and things are real. You go from trying to create content and come up with ideas early on to all of a sudden trying to keep up and react. And then to your point on the family front, I mean, listen, I'm blessed to have a job I enjoy and provide and all those good things. So, everybody knows the deal, but it's a different juggling act for sure.
So, Sam, you're in Denver. I know Denver plays their opener tonight. They got OKC. Is there a specific – I mean, those are two teams figuring to do very, very well again in the West. Is there a specific angle you're looking at, storyline, or see what develops? Like, what's the thought process behind being in Denver today?
So, Jay, it kind of becomes a nonstop studying of the schedule where I'm trying to connect with as many teams as possible. Let's just say over the first month. And when I looked at Denver's schedule, and honestly, I didn't really figure this out till a few days ago, I realized that based on some other trips I had that I was going to go 5, 6, 7 weeks without seeing the Nuggets if I didn't get out to this opener. And, I'll start with them. I just find their situation interesting, and I don't know what I'll write, but I'm trying to learn more about, how they're feeling about their status as title contenders and the backdrop being Nikola Jokic being an all-time player who is in his prime, and they've launched some guys to free agency the last couple of years, and they've had a front office change that some folks have been critical of some of the work that's been done. I think some of the work that's been good has been overlooked. So, Jamal Murray, what's he going to look like? So the Nuggets are interesting. And then OKC, which admittedly I just haven't spent a ton of time around since their rise. They're going to be a big story all year because they might have, they could be in the finals this year and want to get a look at them too.
Is this a revenge game for Russell Westbrook, Sam?
What's the revenge for? He's very upset with them for giving him the keys to the city for 12 years.
Right. He's now Mr. Sixth Man, but he just adds, obviously, in all seriousness, he adds a little bit of depth to that team. It is a weird one, and it almost seems like if they don't win a championship this year, I feel like we're going to hear the whole Michael Malone on the hot seat thing again.
I think he has 3 years left. So, they extended him. Now there are some funky vibes. You have, Malone being, notoriously intense and fiery. And yes, if you then, let's say they don't win it, they fall well short, then you're talking about, a few years since the glow of the championship and whatnot. So who knows, stranger things have happened. But yeah, I'll be honest with you. I hate admitting this. I literally hadn't even thought about the Westbrook thing until you just brought it up, which kind of shows you how far he's fallen, that he's not kind of top of mind. But it should be fun.
Sam, as you start a season, you kind of said how you're going to try to track a lot of these teams and follow teams. Do you have storylines right now that are intriguing you? You already brought up the one that may become something here with Philly, but I'm not sure how that will all go. But just some storylines going into the year that really intrigue you?
Let's see. Yes, I'll probably at some point here be writing about the officiating, which, it's not a new development as much as trying to go deeper on the league's decision to kind of let defense be part of the equation again, which I like. A lot of people like, and some of the backstory of how they got there is something I look forward to writing. And it is going to continue, which is for the fans, I think, kind of worth noting. The Sixers thing, I do think is going to become a bigger story because the thing there is that, Joel Embiid was not hurt during the Olympics. He wasn't hurt in the preseason, and then publicly coming out telling ESPN he's never going to play in back-to-backs again. That creates a major problem for the league where the other 29 teams are then saying, well, if he's going to do it, then why can't we? Whether it's, a Kawhi Leonard type player or what have you, like just prioritize the playoffs and play half the time during the regular season. Sounds great. And they were so brazen about their messaging publicly that they're just kind of begging the league to investigate. And I don't know how the league's going to handle it, but, we're going to have that load management conversation again. From there, just first week action stuff, Boston just taking it to the Knicks and declaring that not only are they the front runners here, but Jason Tatum, who had a terrible summer, looking like that guy again. I didn't see that coming, to be honest with you. So we can keep going, but there's a ton going on.
Also, I don't like to give you stories because I know you pick them up, but LeBron James's son is playing with him on the Lakers.
He is. I've heard you talk about this. Yes. My favorite comment today in my Anthony Davis column I took some pride in it. Was somebody with their tongue in their, planted in their cheek said that writing about Anthony Davis without highlighting Bronny James is just a disrespect to the young man. So how dare I, write about the franchise centerpiece? But I was there the other night, with this history as a father. I think we've talked about it. Like, I think it's neat. I kind of liked it. And then I admittedly am turning a bit. So now I'm starting to get uncomfortable with what it's going to look like this year. I don't think either one of my sons would want to be coworkers with me for an entire year. And I'm not even trying to, you guys know this, like your kids get tired of you. Like, and then they're going to do stuff that pisses you off and you're going to say it in front of their other coworkers. Like, I don't know. I'm not sure, how much Bronny's going to enjoy this. I'm starting to kind of feel bad for him.
Well, I mean, obviously I understood the moment. In the moment, I'm with you, Sam. I think the moment was cool. They had the Griffies there. You kind of knew he was going to play, but it was like, hey, 3 minutes, let's get him in. Let's get the moment. And then it almost felt like the Lakers are now, and maybe Redick in the front office, let's move on. I mean, do you think he's even really going to be a part, not even a big part, any kind of part of this team, really?
I don't know. They're not really being all that forthright, when people ask those kinds of questions. In fact, there was some sense the other night that they even kind of acted like it was all up in question behind the scenes, like, oh, we're not even sure he's going to play. And then it looked obviously very scripted when he did play, and LeBron even put on social media that Hollywood couldn't write this kind of script. So, he did instead. So I don't know. I don't know how it's going to go, but the basketball people certainly were not impressed, with Bronny and his short stint, or, nor during the preseason. Okay, put up some counting stats in that last game, but I think everybody agrees that he should be in the G League grinding, not kind of sitting on the bench for the entire time and maybe getting a cameo every so often with the big league club.
Sam Amick of The Athletic joining us. The Athletic, of course, the premier sporting publication out there, a far, far smaller and less quality-filled publication recently. I won't name them. Named Golden One Center as the number one arena in the National Basketball Association. My question for you, Sam, is that being said, and there's a lot of buzz about that here locally, you've been to every arena in the NBA. Where does Golden One Center rank when it comes to best arenas in the NBA for you?
It's funny because, first of all, and you know this, I don't have to be as anti-ESPN anymore because Shams is my guy, and
all right.
That doesn't change just because he abandoned me.
Yeah, right.
But I heard you guys talking about that this morning. You were helping me, I brushed my teeth and got ready for the day as I was listening in. And I kind of was happy to hear it because that is my opinion. But because I live there, I obviously have so much more face time with the arena, if that makes sense, and than other arenas. But I'm not shocked by it, especially when you add, like the to me, the X factor and the tipping point was clearly the beam and the uniqueness of kind of what that represents and the excitement that it created. Just the other day when Anthony Slater and I wrote about it, the Kings, we were going through the story and making final edits, and I had a beam team reference, and he was giving me a hard time. He's like, "Man, you love that beam." He's like, "You love to drop the beam team," you know. So not shocked. It's a wonderful arena. They deserve a ton of credit for, you know, not only pulling it off and obviously saving the city or saving the team like you guys talked about, but it's just a good experience, you know. The first preseason game, I got a text from a couple of friends from high school who were up in one of the suites. I ended up going to visit with them and spent the whole second half up there, and I got a different vantage point that I enjoyed and was impressed. I mean, everywhere you go in that building, it's a fun place to watch a game. The entertainment stuff is top notch with Scotty Moak and Mo Brazelton and that crew doing their thing. So congrats to them. That's a great honor.
Sam, they'll be there tonight, and one of the things Dave and I were talking about, and others over the last couple of days, is the return of Kevin Huerter, and it does sound, if all things are right, that he may go right back in to that starting lineup. They've got choices. It could be Monk, could be Ellis, who was starting in the preseason. Love your opinion on kind of the thought that Mike Brown would put Huerter right back in as that starting two guard.
Well, before I weigh in, again, I'm glad I listened in earlier. Could you please remind me the numbers you guys referenced on Keon's shooting versus Kevin's last year from distance?
Yeah, we were talking about a couple things, and this is called me vamping until I get to those actual numbers. And we were talking about how the Kings, after the move to Keon Ellis, had the 12th best defensive rating in the league, and we're actually top 5 over about a 12-game stretch. When you look at, take away minutes and you just look at straight 3-point percentage, Keon Ellis led the team. I mean, I mentioned Jordan Ford, but he didn't play that much. Keon Ellis led the team in 3-point percentage at 41.7%. That compares to Kevin Huerter's 36.1. Huerter had a little over 5 attempts a game to Keon Ellis's 3, but he had a pretty decent amount more minutes averaged per game. And I'm not trying to say one thing or another, Sam. My point was earlier when you were brushing your teeth that, the narrative seems to be that Keon Ellis is this defensive wonder, but kind of a sieve on offense. And when you look at it just analytically on a smaller sample size, that may not be the case. And you're definitely taking a defensive drop off with Ellis out of the starting lineup.
Yeah, I mean, your logic is sound. I think the part that I'm surprised by, and I think it kind of is what it is that, having connected with Mike Brown in preseason and gleaned some of his thoughts, like Keon had every chance to go win this job. And I don't want to pretend that I broke down his tape from the preseason. I did not. I'm just reacting to the choices that have been made. But, he was put in a position to succeed. And it really felt like Mike's preference was to go with Keon, with the idea being that, and you hit on this earlier, that like the workload on De'Aaron is so great that they needed to, relieve some of that pressure with the guy defensively next to him who was going to make life easier. And coaching staff is going with her, which it certainly appears they are. Then, I mean, it just kind of is what it is. Like, didn't get the job done in the preseason. That could change. And I also was fascinated by the part of the discussion you guys hit on with, what should their game plan be this season when it comes to, like, within the context of the last 2 years? Do you try to recreate the historic best in the NBA offense of 2 years ago, which means can you get Kevin Huerter back to that level that he was at within this new context? Or are you going to go farther down the track that you tried to go down last year with an improved defense? I don't know the answer because, they do have defensive issues that we are going to see on a nightly basis. And I'm very curious to see kind of where they take it from here.
What's interesting, Sam, I'm thinking about that with Like, let's take Dallas, for example. Like, during the year last year, and I don't know, maybe this is being unfair to the Mavericks. I don't know what their metrics were numbers-wise, where they ranked amongst the defenses in the regular season, but I thought they were – I didn't think of them as a bad defensive team. I didn't think of them as a great defensive team. But as the year went along and as we go farther along and they keep advancing, you're like, man, Dallas is kind of putting it together. And I don't know if that just kind of inherently happens as you go farther, the intensity and just the focus and being sharp. Maybe it just kind of grows that teams become better defensively anyway. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but like by the end, I was like, hey, even Luka's playing some defense here in the finals.
You had me till the end there, buddy. Come on now.
I said some.
Yeah, exactly. No, I buy that. I mean, listen, they made big time roster changes at the deadline. That it wasn't a matter of them just coalescing and finding their identity. I mean, they got Daniel Gafford and PJ Washington, and those were game changers. But generally speaking, I'm buying what you're selling. I think that you're going to see year number 3 with the Mike Brown defensive system, and also for what it's worth, the coaching staff, like, and I know this is a tough sell, and this too, Jay. Like they almost feel like there's an argument to be made that they had a better year last year than the one before. If you factor in health, stuff that didn't go their way, that's the one thing that does get lost in the conversation about the Kings. They are victims of their own hype from 2 years ago, because winning 48 games should not get you a 3rd seed in the West, but it did. And then everybody had great expectations. But if you really get granular about the 2 years, they made some good strides last year that they're hoping to make this year on the defensive end, especially. So, you added DeRozan, so that changes things. He's just not a plus defender historically. And we'll see. I mean, I'm dying to see, does 0-5 in the preseason matter or not? I know the fans are freaking out. I don't think the staff was thrilled with any of the games other than maybe the Warriors game that they lost, but looked pretty good down in San Francisco. So a lot of question marks.
You're going into this year now, having made the playoffs, then getting the injury bug, and making the play-in and losing to the Pelicans for the 50th time that year. And now, and it's tough asking this question on opening day, but it's why we have you on, Sam. You've got Mike Brown, I think, in a really interesting spot because he just signed an extension. I think it was a 3-year deal. My guess, 2 years guaranteed. And then the last year, you might know more than I on that. Of course, you know more than I on that. But I also kind of got – say that again?
No, go ahead. I said I forget what we wrote, to be honest.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I interrupted.
No, that's fine. I feel like if the worst, not the worst were to happen, but if this was another step back, I'm not trying to say that Mike Brown is on the hot seat and could be fired at the end of the year, but am I wrong in thinking that when we look back at everything that happened with Mike Brown and the team this summer, I'm not convinced that Vivek wasn't publicly pressured through some PR hiccups to extend Mike Brown? That was just a very weird thing that happened over the summer, and I just wonder if things go wrong this season, if some of that may not come home to roost.
Man, you know what we call you in the business, Dave? You're just a muckraker, man. Look at you.
I'm not raking muck. Just asking.
Yeah, I hear you. I mean, there's a hint of kind of accuracy of what you're talking about, but no, I mean, was he publicly pressured into doing the deal? There was a tough negotiation where I think you've got to highlight the fact that, Monty Williams getting that massive deal in Detroit made life, whatever the heck it was, I forget the numbers, but there was a, huge spike in coaching salaries as a result of it. So you had inflation in the market, and you had owners all over the league, not just in Sacramento, wrestling with these new price points. Jamal Mosley, for example, in Orlando got a healthy deal, and it did become part of the discussion with Mike because Mike actually kind of helped Jamal come up in the business, and there was kind of a sense of like, okay, I'm part of the group that broke the Kings' historic playoff streak, has them going, or drought rather, has them going in a good direction. And I've accomplished a lot, even before this job. Like, there's no way I'm making less than this guy or that guy, and that's kind of how these things go. So it was an uncomfortable discussion. But I'm not going into this season at all anticipating him being in trouble. Now, again, it's sports. Who the hell knows? I do wish that I had our old, story in front of me so I could remember exactly how many years he has guaranteed. But, they did recommit to him. And I think, they just had to get through some of the crunchiness of what the price point was going to be.
By the way, Monty Williams is by far the highest paid high school coach in the country at just over $15 million this season and next one the year after, which it's by the way, I can't help it. I root for Monty. I don't care. I'm all for it. I don't care about the Pistons. He has such a heartbreaking, uplifting, amazing story. And I think you and I probably are very similar here in the sense that everything seems to be Monty Williams' fault. And we'll see how Detroit does this year. I wish him nothing but the best. But again, you were asking earlier, that was a $75.8 million contract in which Monty was fired just 1 year into the deal. That is Sam Amick of The Athletic. Please read Sam and all the other wonderful writers at The Athletic. You can also follow him on Twitter as well. We'll have Sam on each and every Thursday at 8 a.m. Throughout this season. Samuel, appreciate it. Have fun in Denver, where it'll be one weather temperature today and another tomorrow, as you know, completely different. Enjoy yourself. Wear a warm coat. We'll talk to you soon.
I appreciate it. And briefly, because I'm a man of my word, Jiffy Lube, Jiffy Lube, Jiffy Lube, Jiffy Lube. There we go.
Hey,
there's Matt Graham. He just showed up.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Sam.
See you, buddy. Brought to you by Jiffy Lube. That is Samuel Amick. We'll take a break when we come back. Jason Ross, the show just keeps going on. How do you follow up Sam Amick? I don't even know if you can.
Can I interest you in a G-Man?
That's how you follow up Sam Amick. How about with the 40th year of Kings basketball upon us, the voice of your Sacramento Kings, the sweet, smooth sounds of Gary Gerald. He joins us right after this.
Did you miss any part of our live local shows? Don't worry, you never have to miss them again. Check out sacktownsports.com and search our podcast page and play our shows when you want. The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and The Drive Guys. Plus, other podcasts like Return of the Empire, Return of the Roar, The Stingers Up podcast, and Golf to Go with Frank LaRosa.
They're all available right now on sacktownsports.com.
There's no need to be scared of auto maintenance this October. Your local Jiffy Lube has just the treats you need without the tricks, like fast oil changes or wiper blades for the upcoming rainy season. Serving greater Sacramento area customers since 1984 with over 30 convenient locations to choose from. Open daily, early at 7:30 and open past 6 p.m. at most locations. Just visit jiffylube.com to find a location near you and valuable coupons to save money too. What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, and Woodland. Chad, how are you celebrating fall's arrival?
By giving you the best savings yet on all remaining new 2023 Dodge Charger SXTs in stock, with savings up to $13,000 off MSRP, starting as low as $28,215.
Wow, that's some of the best savings you've had all year.
Yep. And it's not just on new Dodges. We have over 200 quality used cars available and 46 under $20,000 at the new Hoblet Certified Pre-Owned Supercenter in historic downtown Woodland. Whatever vehicle you need, Hoblet has it.
If you need a vehicle new or used, your first stop needs to be Hoblet. You won't find bigger savings on a better selection of vehicles anywhere. Search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet. Period.
13,000 total net savings on select new 2023 Dodge Charger XXT after $39.20 factory rebates and $9,080 dealer discount. Rebates include 1,000 Hoblet inventory select coupons while supplies last. Not everyone will qualify for all rebates. At least 5 of this net savings. See dealer for details.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
Finally, an easy way to find home improvement contractors. Just visit subcontractorsunited.com and simplify your search for home services professionals. From cabinets to windows, roofing to plumbing, Subcontractors United is an easy, simple way to find and hire a home improvement contractor. And you never have to give up personal information. So no harassing phone calls like you get from those other websites. Subcontractorsunited.com is sponsored by D&D Cabinets and Savage Design.
Welcome back to another exciting game day. Grab your rally towels, throw on your jerseys, cheer, shout, and save on your gas. That's right, sports fans win big on home game days. Score instant savings of 25 cents per gallon on Shell V-Power Nitro Plus Premium Gasoline with the Fuel Rewards program. And that's a victory for you and your tailgate team. Download the app, join the Fuel Rewards program today, and game on. Restrictions apply. Limited time. At participating Shell stations. For more details, visit fuelrewards.com.
How was your drive to school?
Let me tell you, I had to get my iced coffee first. I just can't seem to put it down. My favorite rapper just announced a tour. My phone was buzzing like crazy. I'm so excited. I had to text all my friends right then to talk about it. Then someone started calling me and...
Let's try that again.
I turned my phone off right away. I never drive distracted.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Have you heard you can listen to your favorite news podcasts ad-free? Good news! With Amazon Music, you have access to the largest catalog of ad-free top podcasts included with your Prime membership. Enjoy shows like The Daily, Up First, and Consider This, available ad-free on Amazon Music. To start listening, download the Amazon Music app for free or go to amazon.com/ad-free. That's amazon.com/ad-free to catch up on the latest episodes without the ads.
Taste on a whole new level at Sky River Casino in Elk Grove. Enjoy the height of hospitality, whether you're craving an upscale steakhouse, authentic Chinese hot pot and dim sum, or having a refreshing beverage while watching the game. Visit skyriver.com today. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
DC here, and if you've been thinking about a new car, you got to see my friends at Folsom Lake Kia. You can always count on low payments and zero down deals with approved credit. Folsom Lake Kia, over 25 years, right here in Folsom.
Hi, this is Greg Papa. Disasters hit every day. If your home, business, or building has suffered from any disaster, SunPoint Public Adjusters can help. SunPoint prepares, presents, and negotiates your claim with the insurance company, working only for you, making sure you get everything you're entitled to and letting your focus be on what's most important, your family or your business. Call SunPoint today at 888-247-7865 or contact us at sunpoint.us. SunPoint Public Adjusters, the gold standard in public adjusting.
License number 2N14884.
It's time to load up your calendar with all the hottest events. This is your Sacktown Sports live events calendar. First up, all this month, take the family to Dave's Pumpkin Patch for hay rides, corn mazes, and fall fun for everyone. It's the perfect way to celebrate the season. Next, David Spade brings his sharp wit to Hard Rock Live Sacramento on November 22nd. And the comedy continues with the hilarious Russell Peters taking the stage at Hard Rock Live on November 23rd. And if you're looking for some legendary music, Legends of Motown will have you grooving to all your favorite classics at Thunder Valley on the same night, November 23rd. Then get festive with the Jersey Boys Midtown Men Holiday Show on December 8th at Thunder Valley. And kicking off the new year, Dylan Scott with Jackson Dean and Avery Anna are bringing their country hits to Thunder Valley on January 10th. So get out there and enjoy the best live events Sacramento has to offer. For tickets and event details, visit sacktownsports.com.
The only place in the morning to get your sports fix.
Live and local.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Here's a Warriors three, no good. Rebounded by Kessler Edwards, and that will do it. You hear the thunderous light the beam chant in the background. The final 4 seconds tick away. Davion walks it into the front court. The horn sounds, and the Sacramento Kings have won in a live or die last game scenario. Win or go home, and the Kings managed to win. Steve Kerr, Mike Brown embrace at center court. And you wonder about the Steve Kerr dynasty and all the success of the Warriors. This year is a number 10 seed being bounced in the play-in opportunity. 118-94 is the final score.
Well, you know, Jason.
That's the last game at Golden One, Dave.
That was. And, well, yes, the last regular season.
We're not hearing Dave
You're
anymore.
right. You're not hearing me? Hold on.
Dave, I think we lost your feed per se.
Really? Interesting.
No, we can't hear him. Yeah, we can't hear you, Dave. We had you.
Oh.
Now we don't hear you anymore.
Okay.
Completely lost. That's weird.
And we just lost him.
We lost him completely. Okay. Well, we will work on getting him back with us on a reset. We are also efforting the G-Man currently at the same time. So we got a couple of things going at the same time. We will get it all put together here as tonight the Kings will be at home and they will be hosting the Minnesota Timberwolves in game 1. I think we got you back, Dave. Do we have you now?
Do you? Can you hear me okay?
No.
No?
We still don't have Dave.
Can't.
Well, that is bizarre. We had him, clear as could be, and now we don't.
You had me? Then you.
Are YouTubers saying you can hear Dave? How can they hear Dave and we can't?
Uh-oh.
Or maybe they're saying they heard him before.
It's Chris's fault.
This is really weird. This is weird.
It is.
We'll get it sorted out.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, they are actually saying they can hear Dave on YouTube. How could that possibly be?
It's Chris's fault.
We see him. I see him. Chris and I see him. None of us in the studio. Yeah, I could see Dave. You're saying it is Chris's fault. Hi, Dave.
Yes.
Yeah, they can hear and see him. This is so crazy. Okay, now they say not anymore. No,
not
sound
anymore.
for
You
Dave.
can't hear me anymore.
Huh?
Wow.
Interesting.
Interesting indeed.
All right, Dave, talk for 1 second just to see if the YouTubers can hear you again.
Okay, I'm going to talk. I'm talking.
All right. Apparently they say they can, which is so weird. This is so weird. We can't hear Dave, yet they can hear him. Well, I hope you're not hearing all of us talk at the same time, which might be the case, but in one of the bizarre abnormalities, we are not hearing him here in the studio. So, Dave, hang tight. Sorry about that. We will get this
no problem.
sorted out. We are also working to try to get the G-Man Gary Gerald with us here in a moment. Still to come, Alan Horton scheduled to join us at 9 o'clock. I don't want to, Chris, maybe let's go ahead and, should we take the break here just to see if we can get ourselves, we're going to break. So we apologize for this, some technical difficulties. We got Dave in New York, myself here, trying to get the G-Man. We'll get this all sorted out. Appreciate you guys hanging tight with us. Still to come, the voice of the Kings, the G-Man Gary Gerald. Still we'll hear from Alan Horton and much more as we get you ready for opening night of the NBA and the Sacramento Kings. We'll do that as we continue here on Sacktown Sports.
The Sacramento Kings open their season tonight against Anthony Edwards and the Minnesota Timberwolves. Tip at 7 p.m. Listen to every Kings game all season long
On your home of the Sacramento Kings.
Sacktown Sports 1140.
Don't you deserve health care you can count on? Well, you can count on United Healthcare with Medicare plans that fit your life today and as your needs change tomorrow. You can enjoy reliable coverage and low out-of-pocket costs with a Medicare Advantage plan from United Healthcare. United Healthcare Medicare Advantage plans. Made for California, trusted everywhere. The Medicare annual enrollment period ends December 7th, so go to uhc.com/Medicare today.
Don't let summer energy slip away. Live the active life you love year-round with a personally fit arch support system from the Good Feet store. Precision engineered to support all 4 arches. Good Feet puts your feet in a more ideal, comfortable, and pain-free position. And Good Feet arch supports are now HSA and FSA eligible. Book a free fitting at goodfeet.com or come in and get a free pair of OS First Performance socks. Free. Normally a $25 value at the Good Feet store.
Tesla, keeping it real tour. Saturday, November 9th, the venue at Thunder Valley. Tesla, live. The multi-platinum rock band returns with special guest, Fuel. For tickets, visit ThunderValleyResort.com. Tesla, keeping it real tour. If your passion is bass fishing, only one radio show has the action, information, and excitement of your favorite outdoor sport. Ultimate Bass, hosted by Tournament Bass Pro and California Outdoor Hall of Famer Kip Brown, takes you live to where the fish are biting every Saturday morning. Only Ultimate Bass feeds your passion with the latest news, products, tips, and advice from the pros. Ultimate Bass with Kip Brown, Saturday mornings at 5 a.m. on Sacktown Sports 1140, part of SEP's Saturday Morning Outdoors.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, and Woodland. Chad, how are you celebrating fall's arrival?
By giving you the best savings yet on all remaining new 2023 Dodge Charger SXTs in stock, with savings up to $13,000 off MSRP, starting as low as $28,215.
Wow, that's some of the best savings you've had all year.
Yep, and it's not just on new Dodges. We have over 200 quality used cars available and 46 under $20,000 at the new Hoblet Certified Pre-Owned Supercenter in historic downtown Woodland. Whatever vehicle you need, Hoblet has it.
If you need a vehicle new or used, your first stop needs to be Hoblet. You won't find bigger savings on a better selection of vehicles anywhere. Search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
13,000 total net savings on select new 2023 Dodge Charger XXT after $39.20 factory rebates and $9,080 dealer discount. Rebates include 1,000 Hoblet inventory select coupons while supplies last. Not everyone will qualify for all rebates. At least 5 of this net savings. See dealer for details.
What's hot and what's not. Brought to you by American Energy Heat and Air, making the uncomfortable comfortable. Head to AmericanEnergyAir.com to find out more.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sacktown Sports.
He's working hard to free up. Now he retreats to the logo and kind of rebalances the floor. They swing it to Keegan. Going for another one. He hits it from the line drive on the right wing. That's the 8th three-pointer that Keegan Murray has made in 13 attempts. He has 32 points. And for Keegan Murray, what a night. It's the 4th time in his second season that he has scored 30 or more. And it is the 9th time that he's made 5 or more three-pointers in a game. So now it's pure celebration mode at Golden One Center. 116-90. Even a half smile on the face of Keegan Murray as he is rewarded with high fives from the bench.
All right, so we're going to try this again. We've had some issues all of a sudden with our YouTube portion of this. So we do have the G-Man Gary Gerald, as you heard his voice there. You're going to hear him tonight, getting ready to start season 40 in Sacramento. G-Man, are you able to hear us? And are we able to hear G-Man?
I hear you. Progress is being made.
So I think G-Man can hear us. I think Dave can hear us. I think our YouTube group can hear us. Dave, can you try for a second?
Yeah, I can hear Gary.
All right. So we are going to have to improv here. G-Man, we are going to call you. And I know you guys can hear us. There's the famous gremlins in the equipment. I don't know what's going on. Dave, I think you just maybe have to hang tight. I don't know what else to say. We are going to improv here. So G-Man, hang tight. You're going to get a phone call coming your way because we definitely want to hear from the G-Man. And Dave, I guess you'll hang tight as well. This is weird. And YouTubers, we apologize. We thank you guys for all being there because I guess all of you can hear everybody, but we can't. And I don't know how to explain. We got a lot of people working on this in the background. So we will keep this rolling. So the G-Man Gary Gerald getting ready for season 40, about to join us here in just a moment. And so excited to hear him, to work with him. It's truly a blessing for me on a night-to-night basis. And you guys all get the treat to hear the great voice of the G-Man Gary Gerald. And he is now, he is fluid. He is joining us now. So YouTubers, you see him on his cell phone. We've got him now on the line. G-Man, thank you for being patient with us. How are you today?
Well, I'm very tolerable. Thank you very much. I'm just chuckling at all of this and watching Dave's reaction. This is fun.
Yeah, it's something. Well, for you, this is the 40th time you've had an opening night.
40th time.
When it all started, here we are in your third different building, I guess. Yeah, Arco 1 to Arco 2 to now here Golden 1, and some genuine excitement, G-Man, about what this team could be this year. How are you feeling about the upcoming 82-game season?
Well, I'm excited for any number of reasons, as we always are, because optimism always reigns when you start a new campaign. But by the same token, I have multiple concerns, I think, like many Kings fans.
Where would those be? What kind of concerns do you have?
Well, I know it's preseason, but I don't like 0-5. And the fact that it's, 33 years, the last time that the Kings went winless in a preseason. Somehow you should be winning a couple of those 5, even though you're dealing with injuries, you're dealing with a lot of situations where you're interchanging personnel, getting new people in the mix. I'm concerned about the shooting numbers. I'm concerned about the scoring average in those 5 games. I'm concerned about the fact that while I'm delighted that Kevin Huerter and Trey Lyles now have the green light, but they're playing from behind. You got to get them into the mix. And you've got a new face in DeMar DeRozan and in Jordan McLaughlin and in McDermott. And how is that all going to work out? Is the defense going to be anywhere near successful the way it was late last season? The Western Conference is loaded. Those are just some of the things that roll off the top of my head about concerns.
Well, very valid, too. I think those are all, I think they all line up very reasonably. And if you flip to the other side as far as the optimism, and when you go to the game tonight, when you're getting ready for the call, some things you think, okay, if these things line up, then this could be a pretty good team. What has you excited about the Kings this year?
Well, certainly the fact that Malik Monk is back, the fact that DeMar DeRozan has been added to the mix. I like the chemistry from the group. Heaven forbid anything happens health-wise to Domantas Sabonis, because then I think all bets are off. And I'm not trying to be negative at all, but I think it's a legitimate concern. You wonder what kind of depth you have there on the front line, and you have to think about it a little bit. But the thing that, it's exciting just because I think expectations are high. What we've seen over the last couple of years has been very encouraging from a Kings standpoint. And I want to see them build on that. And I want to see Mike Brown and his kind of revamped coaching staff get off to a good start, because the last thing you want is to be having to play from behind in the Western Conference, where we've all talked at different times. I think you can make a fairly legitimate case for up to 13 of the teams in the Western Conference to figure in either a playoff or play-in mix.
And one of those teams that people figure to be in the mix is their opponent tonight, who did lose their opening game. And, they're going through it a little bit too, Jimmy. They had a great year last year in Minnesota, but they made a very significant trade in moving from a franchise piece of Karl Anthony Towns and getting back 2 very talented players in Dante DiVincenzo and Julius Randle. But I thought their first game in L.A., they didn't look like the Timberwolves that I saw last year. Doesn't mean they won't get there, but I'm pretty sure we're going to see a team that is angry tonight already after one loss, and will try to look better than they did in L.A.
I think that's the prime concern for Sacramento, because they did not look like, they were a cohesive unit in that loss to the Lakers. And I think that they're going to refocus, and they'll have a point to make, hopefully from their standpoint, at Sacramento's expense. So they'll be locked and loaded. There's no question about that. And it's you mentioned the 2 new faces in Dante DiVincenzo and also Julius Randle. They bring a lot to the table. When you've already got an Anthony Edwards and the confidence that he has, and as young as he is and as athletic as he is, they've got some real weapons. And so for those reasons and others, I think it's going to be a very intriguing night for the Sacramento Kings.
Yeah, G-Man, now I think we're getting some feedback. I don't know if we're getting the double from your camera to the phone. I don't know. We got stuff going on today here, but we were hearing you, so I think we were getting a little feedback from your phone on that one.
I put the phone on speaker. Let me take it.
Oh, did we lose you completely? There we go.
Okay, let me go back to all right, let's see what we got here.
Now we're good. Now we're cooking.
Okay?
Yeah.
Let me get this back up.
This is a fine way to get going here, but we're enjoying it as we're talking to the G-Man, Gary Gerald, here, ready for his 40th season of calling games for the Sacramento Kings. G-Man, I'm thinking about, one thing Dave and I were bringing up earlier on the show. This is kind of a sidebar to the story tonight, but it'll be at Golden One Center. It's 9th year there now, and just yesterday voted by those in the know at ESPN the #1 arena in the league, which, it's such a great honor to what this has become. We know where the team could have been and how it all could have gone down, but the downtown arena now, it's aged so beautifully, and you go to all the arenas, including some new places that are opening this year, but that's really cool honor that Sacramento was acknowledged as the best arena.
Absolutely. Yeah. Now I'm getting feedback.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
Still at this point?
I'm not sure what's happening here, but I'm getting what we would call we need mix minus in the business.
Yeah. I don't know if that's on our end. What if we just try the phone and phone only? Let's see if that works.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
There we go.
Is this better?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we were talking about the arena, and I think it's a great feather in the Kings organization cap. I think Kings fans should take pride in the fact that they have an arena that is recognized on a nationwide basis, that it's there at the top of the list. And there are a lot of reasons that come into play, but the comfort zone that we've all experienced and the openness of the arena, there are just things that make it special. And you mentioned 9 years. That just boggles my mind. It doesn't seem possible that this would be the 9th season at Golden One Center.
How about 8 years now of De'Aaron Fox? That also kind of boggles my mind. He's been so good. He's getting better and better. And, he's been great the last couple of years, but I'm anxious to see what he and Sabonis can continue to do for this franchise.
Yeah, no question. They're the cornerstone, and I don't think anything changes in that respect. De'Aaron Fox going to be 27 years old here in less than a couple of months. And it is difficult to believe that he has been here. And I love the fact that, what he brings and how he works on his game and his dedication. I know that there maybe has been a little bit of angst from some Kings fans about the fact that, earlier he indicated that he's not ready to sign a contract extension, but nowhere in the mix has he said anything about wanting to leave Sacramento. And I really believe that he is committed to Sacramento. And this is just a business decision where a couple of years down the road, he'll have an opportunity for significantly more money. So here's to De'Aaron Fox having another great year. Take it to a new level. I don't know that we'll see him score at the rate we saw him score last year. 26.5 points a game is a lot on a nightly basis. And the fact that there are other scoring weapons around him, I don't know that number will be as high this year, and I don't think that's a bad thing at all. So I'm looking forward to seeing how De'Aaron and his mates, have what degree of success they have here in these early games of a brand new season.
And I don't know if there's another level for Sabonis, but if there is, I can't wait to see it because consistently, G-Man, he had one of the greatest, if not the greatest season last year in the history of anybody that's put on a Sacramento Kings uniform.
Well, you're absolutely right. We've talked about this a lot, and the fact that he seems to be somewhat disrespected, and I can't for the life of me figure out why. When you look at, 77 double-doubles and 26 triple-doubles last year, leading the NBA in rebounding once again, high in field goal percentage, right up there in the top echelon in assists per game. He does so many things so well. And one of the things that I never tire of is the fact that Domantas Sabonis plays every possession. He doesn't take possessions off. He just works so hard. He takes so much physical punishment, and yet he keeps grinding away. And I love that about him. And what a great acquisition. Yes, Tyrese Halliburton has been a tremendous acquisition for Indiana, but I think Domantas Sabonis has been a terrific acquisition for the Sacramento Kings.
I know you personally. I know you never take any of this for granted, but I'm curious your feelings. I mean, your 40th season. You've called all the season openers. How are you feeling about another journey at going at it again for season 40 here in Sacramento?
Well, I like the fact that over the last couple of years, I think all of us have been revitalized in our fandom, so to speak. And yes, we are fans. It's a broadcasting role, and the challenge is to try to be informative and entertaining in an entertaining type of fashion, if you possibly can. And just to have the opportunity is kind of mind-boggling. If you would have told me back in the early years of the Kings in Sacramento that I would be 40 years into this relationship and the opportunity to be calling games at this point of my life and at my age, I would have never, ever accepted or thought that could be remotely possible. So it's special. It's not something that I take lightly. I just hope that somehow, we can rise to the occasion, that we can all have fun in the adventure, no matter how it plays out, continue to be family, and just continue to find a way to make this, a good experience with the Sacramento Kings, and something that we can look back and say, man, remember that 40th season of the Kings in Sacramento, how special it turned out to be.
Well, it all gets started tonight. You'll be on the call as always tonight, G-Man. Look forward to working with you another season, and so glad you were stayed patient with us today. We appreciate all the stuff we had to go through there to get this interview going. But G-Man, thank you, and we look forward to seeing you this evening.
It will be my distinct honor, and I look forward as well. Thank you so much, Jason. And Dave, wherever you are, continue to have fun.
Yeah, we know he's doing that. Thank you, G-Man.
All right.
All right. That's the great Gary Gerould. Season 40. Can you believe that? Absolutely amazing. As the Kings tip it off tonight, we will have the G-Man, of course, tonight with pregame action starting at 6:30. It all starts with game night at 5:30, but it's all day. Styles and Watkins will get you ready for it. Then we get the drive guys with Whitey and Draper getting you ready for it. And then, of course, game night into Kings pregame and Gary Gerould with the call right here, each and every game, right here on Sacktown Sports. Break for us. We'll come back. Let's get some perspective on the other side. Minnesota, how are they looking coming in? Their voice, Alan Horton. He will join us next.
Live and local.
With every